What's up, guys? Welcome back to FYCCast. This is numero 7.
Why is the mic backwards?
Because it's omnidirectional, asshole.
I guess. It is omnidirectional.
Yes.
It ruins OCD.
Don't judge it.
I'm definitely judging it.
It doesn't
Judge
need to be
it.
offended by you.
We all have equal rights.
And I have a
Even
right
an
to
inanimate
self-defend
object.
myself by your offending me.
Welcome
So
to
does the mic.
FYCCast, the new social justice cast.
The
Yes.
mic cannot defend itself, okay? So someone has to. Dom just did, and now I'm coming up and defending the mic on the mic's behalf.
We're going to shove you in a closet. That's how we defend ourselves.
And we duct tape you
Are
in
you
there.
trying to put me into the
And then
closet?
we ignore it because it will end.
Are-
Yes. We're going to duct tape you into the closet.
Here with
Well, that's
Zach.
So
Back with Zach.
the reference we were making to a video we just watched about we're not entirely sure if it's satire.
It's
We
satire.
know
It's
satire.
gotta be satire.
We don't know whether it's making fun of like how conservatives view liberals or just making fun of liberals, because it is so over the top that
It doesn't represent
It's
liberal
100%.
views to like
it
any
it
extent. It's
presents-
just to an extreme.
it's
Is what it is.
extremely far left. It's like it's so far that it's like no one believes in this.
Yeah, of course.
Like
Although there are very, very interestingly conservative people who defend it and say, this is how I feel all the time, which really confuses me because this person specifically is very, very conservative.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't understand, I don't understand if it's really like a misrepresentation or an extreme trying to like
It's not
label
misrep-
liberalism like...
because
Because it's an extreme.
it
It's
says in
way
the
too
video
extreme.
mocking liberal extremism. But I don't know whether he's actually conservative or if he's actually liberal in making this video.
Yeah.
Because if he's conservative making the video, it's like, okay, but no one wants to see it go that far.
Really?
That's why we set restrictions
Okay.
and we have to
I
self-moderate.
doubt it's a conservative. How many conservatives make... I don't know. I feel like there's a lot more liberals who make videos like that than there are conservatives.
But if a conservative is defending this
Yeah.
and saying, this is how I feel every day, you can't say it's
Yes.
like a liberal
And she
thing.
found this from a conservative site that posted on their site.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I guess I could see that. They're making fun of liberals. Okay.
Yeah, but it's so over the top that it works for both sides because
Why-
it's so far over the
Yeah,
top.
but then
no.
why if it comes from a liberal site, why would a conservative then be like...
Well, see, I don't even think it's an offensive to liberals because most liberals are like super open about stuff like that. So like,
Most
it's
people,
like,
like-
ha ha.
Like
you
even
know?
us, we can just laugh at this because like, wow,
Yeah.
this is so stupid.
Yeah.
Is
no
it,
one
imagine
wants
if it
that.
was flipped the other way around.
See, but the
Right, yeah.
Okay, for me, it's like for conservatives to attack us, they have to push us to the extreme.
Yeah.
Whereas for us to attack them, we just have to go on the main points. Like we have to attack Ben Carson.
Yeah.
Like
Here are the real points that y'all believe, like fact for fact, and you come at us with extreme, like possibilities
yeah.
of what could happen, but
we're
where we're at right now.
hypotheticals to actual things that they do.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that's the difference.
You're comparing apples and oranges here. It's
Yeah.
not. You have no grounds for a rational discussion.
An orange and apple are real.
Yeah, but thank you for that. Yes, but you're still comparing apples to oranges.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
I
You
love the
can't-
pause of neither of us understood. For like
Uh,
those things. I was like, what?
Oh shit! You got me there, buddy. You got me there.
Ah.
Man, conservative issues right there. Are apples and oranges the same? Yes, because they're all fruit and they deserve to be defended equally.
What were they designed?
No, they're unique. Amrance, you're missing the point.
They're unique, but they're all fruits, and therefore they have the right to be called just fruits, not oranges or
Hey,
apples. Why do
they-
we have to have labels?
They are
for
not
things?
just fruits. They have names. They're
This
not,
is true.
They're not fruits. You can't call them fruits.
Okay, all
I'm
right.
offended by your
That's fair.
your
That's fair.
your derogative terms of fruits.
Yes. How dare you call them fruits?
I'm sorry. I was in the wrong. My views were not in line with yours. My apologies. I'm sorry that I blindly followed. I know. All right, so leading away from politics.
What?
Leading away from starting this whole cast off as political. I wanted to bring a couple things to the table today.
Ooh,
Fruits?
that got really serious.
Some fruits?
Yeah, that's such a serious
Oh,
noise.
Jesus. What are we going into? I don't know.
So,
what
no.
we're talking about.
Me
So-
and Connor don't know what we're talking about, so he went really serious, and I'm scared.
No.
Connor, are you scared?
It's
I'm
really,
kinda
it's really not
scared.
bad. So, I really wanted to get y'all's opinions.
No, we don't want opinions.
Yeah, opinions. So Apple and Samsung, guys.
Okay, that's better.
Apple and Samsung. They've been in this huge dispute for like maybe 2 or 3, 4 years now.
Jesus.
I don't know how long it goes. I don't know how far it goes back. But just recently, I think within the last few days, I was reading that Samsung was ordered in the Supreme Court for patents to pay Apple like something like $2 billion or $1 billion. It was a $1 billion payout.
What?
For patent infringement on their design, like the casing of the phone.
Samsung?
And yeah, Samsung has to pay Apple.
What does Samsung have that looks anything like Apple's?
They created a model of the Samsung. It wasn't a Galaxy, but it looks exactly like an iPhone, just without the menu, the home button.
Uh-huh.
It looks exactly like an iPhone.
Recently?
Within the last year.
I think
The button was the entire thing that makes an Apple like an Apple.
Yeah, but it looks exactly like. So you look at the iPhone, right? You look at this. It looks exactly like this, except it's got like
an iPhone 5S.
it's thinner and it's got different, like it's got wider edges, and it's got like that Samsung look to it. You know the look. It's like curved bezels and everything.
Well, then if it's got the Samsung look,
But
then does it look like an iPhone?
it looks exactly like an iPhone in the respects that it's black with silver edges, and that it's got the same design for the camera, for the
mic?
the receiver, and for the button layout. Except it doesn't have the home button. It looks exactly like an iPhone. And so what they were saying,
I'm looking it up now.
there it is, right there.
No,
not that one. It's a different one. It's a different model of the Samsung. However, they were ordered to pay this payout, and they've been holding off for. It has to be within the last 2 years. They've been holding off and holding off and holding off, and finally they're only paying like 500 something million out of the $1 billion that they were ordered to pay out, because they said that they're appealing the patent disagreement, and that they are they reserve the right to take their money back if the patent infringement is reversed.
They do.
Okay, so we have the video.
See, there.
The image
Almost.
up right now.
Almost.
Looks like a shittier version from here, but
I just don't think it looks close enough. Plus, it has like the Samsung buttons, the typical Samsung buttons at the bottom.
Right.
Like, I just think because of that, like,
It just looks like a shitty version of the iPhone. But there was another picture of this.
It still looks more like an Apple or like a Samsung phone.
There was another picture of this on BBC that had it had the picture, and it didn't look like that model of the Samsung. It was a different model of the Samsung, but it was just, here it is, right here. This picture. Okay, so I missed a little bit, but right there.
What's the model number?
It doesn't say. But it doesn't have the Samsung logo.
Turn my phone off.
It doesn't have the button.
Even
and
with that
everything.
image, I still don't think it's close enough.
Look at all these hidden
Okay.
images that no people can see.
Yeah,
That's true. This is true.
with no model number.
So that was one of the patent infringements. There was another one like the fucking SIM card or whatever, and some like really minor details that Apple was like, "Oh fuck no, you can't do this." So what do you guys think about, like, one, the infringement itself? Do you guys think it's legit?
I don't think
And two, like, what do you think about Samsung reserving the right to take its money back if the infringement is it's reversed? If the Supreme Court says that, okay, your appeal is legit.
I feel like it's illegitimate because I just feel like it wasn't close enough.
Okay.
It feels very petty. Is there like a?
I understand from the business perspective because you got to realize Samsung's like the second biggest.
Yeah.
Like generally, it's Apple, Samsung, and
Yeah.
a bunch of no names.
And like LG.
Yeah.
Well, like, but even then, LG's not as big as Samsung.
No,
Like
definitely
LG generally
not.
just has the G series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it? HTC just has like
Yeah.
the one.
The-
Like, but Samsung has like the no.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
flags,
yeah.
the different stuff like that.
They have all their flagship models. And,
Yeah, like they have a full line.
Mhm.
Not only that, like I've researched this in business school. Like Samsung generally is the second biggest.
Yeah.
Samsung
If
owns
not
Droid,
bigger.
right?
Right.
Who owns Droid?
What was that?
Who owns Droid?
Android?
And Droid, yeah. Android.
The
I think that's
Droid,
their
I think
that's
Droid
their
is
processing
HTC though.
Is it
Well,
HTC?
I thought
Droid
that's just the
originally, I
processing.
believe, was HTC because it was like they originally marketed it as just like Droid,
Droid, yeah.
and then it became like the HTC, and it was like the droid,
Oh, I can see
and it became like the newer model of the droid until it was just like HTC like 1 or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. It's just really big, and Android is the model that's running. Like it's the software.
Yeah,
Android
no,
is the
yeah.
software.
It's either Android
Versus
or
iOS.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see the patent infringement. I can see it. It's really okay.
No.
It's a stretch. It really is a stretch, but I do see it. I see where Apple is coming from and saying it looks like an
The
iPhone.
reason you see it is because you're an Apple boy.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's also fair, but I'm just saying like I can see it because it is a stretch.
Yeah.
I will say it is a stretch. As an Apple user, I will say it's a huge
but
stretch.
a stretch for $2 billion.
It's $1 billion.
That's
I believe.
illegitimate.
I'm pretty sure it's $1 billion. The original like pursuant.
No, actually, I think I was just when I was looking for the image,
Was it
it said
2
$2
billion?
billion for the start.
Okay.
They reduced it down, like you
Yeah.
said, but
Pursuant was 2
$2
billion,
start.
but then they knocked it down to $1 billion,
Okay.
and then it was like 930
930 million.
Yeah.
And then now whatever down to whatever you
We'll
said.
be fair and realistic though. As a business person, in the business world, you're gonna go after stuff like that.
Well, like I said, because it hurts your competition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
if you offer something that's similar enough, that might steal away from your sales.
you know, Samsung's actually really cool though. Like I said, I've done a little bit of research on them. Like the way they run their company is kind of intense. Like it's very like almost like a communist like regime.
Right. Okay. All right.
Well, I mean, like because like you're generally told don't have individualistic thoughts, except to enhance the company. Like you're expected to just give your all to the company.
Everything you do
Like,
is
everything
going to
you
be
do-
on behalf of the company.
Yes.
Okay.
Like it's generally, and that it starts from the top down. Like
Well, I mean,
generally-
that's like the government here. Like everything you do, you cannot represent anybody but the government
No,
if you're like uniformed or anything like that.
yes, but that's a government.
Yeah.
This is a phone company. Well, not they're an electronic company,
Yeah, of course.
but that's why they're so big though too. Is because they went like that.
It
Right.
sounds interesting. It just sounds like no fun, but
Well, I mean, like you find enjoyment in different ways. And
yeah, no. It's
not
just,
everybody likes fun in the same way as you do.
Right.
yeah, no.
right.
Just being ambitious as I am sometimes, I feel like I get too content.
Content, like how?
forcibly content. Like the fact that like it sounds like they allow people to rise in that company.
I'm assuming so.
I
that's
mean-
how you build your company.
Yeah.
You build your company by allowing people to rise. I mean, obviously through producing stuff for the company or
Except
producing.
you have
like,
to realize this company is so big. I think it's in Vietnam,
no, Korea.
Korea. It's
Samsung,
so big in
yeah.
Korea that generally, like it almost is half the government.
Like,
Yeah,
Like,
do you
yeah.
think
generally it's that-
Samsung is the same team that owns the Samsung Blue and Samsung White team for the League of Legends?
No, they
series?
probably don't own it. What they do is they probably
They could
sponsor.
it, yeah.
That'd
They
be
probably
really-
sponsor the shit
You know
out
the
of it.
person who like recently there was not a cure, but there was like some really big breakthrough in some kind of medical treatment, and the guy like instead of making it super cheap, he decided to make it super expensive or something like that. Some bullshit. I forgot what the thing was. It was a while ago. But people like that are starting to invest into esports teams. Is the point
Huh.
that I was trying to make.
Okay.
Which is really cool. Esports is becoming like this big like thing that people are starting to dump real
Yeah,
life
yeah.
money and
Mhm.
stock into. And
Yeah.
It's just something that's just like it's very against the current cultural like stigma.
Yeah. Well, going
Plus-
back to the fucking like whatever technology breakthrough, medical, whatever.
Yeah.
I know that in South Korea, especially, there have been a lot of medical breakthroughs as far as technology, specifically geared from Samsung.
Okay.
And I read it in an article probably last year or the year before, that they were getting a lot of really big breakthroughs from Samsung in medical technology, and that South Korea is becoming a really, really big frontier for medical technology.
Awesome. That'd be really cool.
Which is really cool. But
yeah,
you know,
I like South Korea.
Mhm.
That's actually one of the places I want to go to visit eventually in my life. But
Korean is my next big like monster to tackle for languages.
I think what I
Like-
want to do is go on a tour of like Asia, but like
Mhm.
not just go to Japan. I want to go through like through
Mhm.
like I don't know, like Vietnam through South Korea and into Japan or something.
Like go well, if you wanted to do that, I would say start off at like Vietnam and like go to the big places, not any of the little like shitty country places.
yeah.
They speak really fucked up Vietnamese. But like go to Hanoi and like Ho Chi Minh City and stuff like that.
I mean,
Those places
actually,
are pretty
I
good
would
for
like to go.
tourists.
I'd like to go through China.
Not rain.
No.
No.
I'd like to go to
Not
Hong
train.
Kong, but I feel like it's so like I don't know.
Hong Kong's another beast in and of itself. It's technically a part of China, but it's not a part of China.
Yeah, yeah. No, I
It
just,
was it was like the royal fucking what is it? The royal jewel kind of deal. It was like India was the royal jewel of the crown of Britain,
Yeah.
and then Hong Kong was the last like little place that was a part of Britain to be seceded by Britain back to the original country.
Is it possible to go to Nepal? Can people go to Nepal? Like,
I believe that you can, but it's a really, really
difficult? I
Difficult.
imagine, yeah.
trip to make.
Okay.
Nepal and to what's the one that China is still technically at war with? The Dalai Lama is from there.
Malaysia?
No, it's not Malaysia. It's right there between like
America!
India. It's right between India and China.
Between India and China?
Yeah. It's
Cambodia?
no, it's not Cambodia.
No, okay, but
It's where the Dalai Lama's from. Where's the Dalai Lama from,
I
guys?
don't know. Between India and China is a weird country. I
Japan?
don't have a phone on. Japan. Yeah.
I'm still not.
Japan is relocated.
It's Hawaii. It's Hawaii.
It's Hawaii.
Alaska?
Tibet.
Tibet.
Oh.
Okay, yeah.
Tibet is one of those
You
places
bet it's
that
Tibet.
we
Yeah.
cannot, haha. It's one of the places that we as Americans, I believe, and a lot of Chinese can't go to because China is still technically at war with Tibet.
Oh, we wouldn't go together?
Tibet is pretty much owned by China. They own China owns Tibet, and they've installed their own like government in
Yeah.
Tibet, but they still pledge allegiance to the Dalai Lama.
Okay.
His Holiness the Dalai Lama. Yeah. So it's a whole deal, but I mean, I'm sure people can go. My Eastern religions and philosophies professor, she went to Tibet, and she was able to go to places that were restricted by the Chinese government, like through back channels and stuff.
Okay, yeah.
But travel to Tibet is really restricted. Taiwan is another place that technically, if you're allies with China, you're not really supposed to go to. It's a really good place to study Chinese, especially Mandarin.
Yeah.
But it's one of those places like if you go there and you want to go to China, China's going to be like, why'd you go to Taiwan? Why were you there? Are you a spy? And you're going to get questioned at customs like, so why were you there? What are you doing? No. It's
Can I
really
just tell them I'm just a white person? Is that good enough of an excuse? White people are adventurous and they go to the most fucked
Right,
up, like,
yeah.
random places. So
I mean, Taiwan is really, really like, it's like America.
is it? Though?
It's really like
I feel like-
their
I feel
system
like
is very
everything is
capitalist.
like-
It's very, very capitalist, and it's
Okay.
technically democratic.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's why they're still at odds with China, is because they're.
I want to make comments. 'Cause
Go for it.
No, it's
What?
fine.
No. Talk.
I want to say we're not really a democracy.
Mm,
By definition, we are.
God damn it, Dom.
Just saying.
by definition, yes.
Yes.
But
By definition, we're democratic.
I can't take your views, Dom. I need you to leave.
Okay.
you
Bye.
these
Goodbye.
views are too liberal for us.
I'm
I
sorry.
don't even know if they are. Though. Like,
Bye.
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 I'll miss you.
Okay.
Going out all alone.
it's
Yeah.
the door
I see.
opening. Goodbye, Tom. Oh, the front door's it actually is open. Goodbye.
So Dom just walked out and walked back in. Welcome back. Hello
We'd
again.
like to welcome Dom to the podcast.
Welcome, Dom.
Can I get like when you're editing this? Can I get like a applause? Like
Ah, that's all
He
the
just
applause you
did it.
get.
Cheated. So
But
go.
fuck, going back. So you go start at like the really big touristy places in Vietnam, then go to China.
What
Like-
are my odds of dying?
Not
In
very
China?
high.
Okay.
Not very
that's
high.
comforting. What are your chances of dying? Not very high.
You have to get vaccinations before you go outside of the country. You have to be vaccinated for yellow fever or
I got yellow fever. Wink, wink.
uh-huh.
I think we all know Amran that does.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
That's since the other day was.
I do have to get
Uh-huh.
vaccinations though.
You
I'm gonna get
are
sick,
required to
aren't
get
I?
vaccinations. You
What
have
if
to
I
get
sick before I left. Should I like get them and wait like 2 weeks to go?
you have to be vaccinated I think like 6 months in advance.
6 months in advance. Okay.
Yeah, you have to be vaccinated way before you actually go, and you have to have a valid passport and all this stuff.
Yellow
But
fever is that flu?
yellow fever is, I don't believe it's flu.
No, I think it's when you like Asians a lot.
Aha.
Yeah.
No, it's a really,
Redundant.
really,
Just
really,
say the obvious here. Come on,
it's a
guys.
really fucked up viral infection,
It's viral. Okay.
and it'll really fuck you up. It makes you yellow. It jaundices your skin.
I had jaundice when I was born.
You're making me feel like an asshole for making a joke.
Ah.
God.
No, yeah, but it'll jaundice your skin, and it'll really like fuck you over. So you have to get vaccinated for a lot of stuff. Malaria is another one.
Okay. Oh
Um,
God, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Wait,
you
wait,
don't
is-
get vaccinated for malaria. I
there's
don't
no-
believe
there's
you
no-
take pills for it.
Is it cure for malaria?
Damn.
It's not a cure; it's a vaccination
A
to help you
prevention?
not get
Okay.
sick. Yeah,
Malaria is fucking
yeah,
scary.
malaria.
I would not want malaria.
I believe hantavirus you can take pills for as well before.
I don't know. Okay.
And it'll keep you like vaccinated for
Ebola's
like 6
really
months or a
scary
year.
too, but like I would prefer AIDS over malaria.
Ebola, fuck
I
no.
would,
dude.
I would prefer AIDS over malaria.
You actually, so I learned recently that you start off with the HIV
Yeah.
virus, and you can have HIV, you can be HIV positive your whole life and never progress to AIDS as long as you're really, really healthy.
Oh, okay.
So, Charlie Sheen, too soon? No. Charlie Sheen does not have AIDS.
He's
He is
HIV.
just HIV positive currently.
Okay.
He stays healthy?
Good question.
I'm just saying I would not expect that.
No, yeah. So,
it's a cocaine, man.
the
His
apparent,
heart's- his
It
heart's
makes it
racing.
regress.
Yeah.
apparently for him, what happened was he found out he was HIV positive.
Yes.
Went fucking insane, went on like binge fucking crazy shit with drugs, and then just totally went straight after that. Now that's why he's coming out and saying, you know, I am HIV positive.
Oh,
I know he's
okay.
getting sued.
That's a good.
This is
that's
his
a good
explanation
excuse.
for
That's
going
a good
crazy.
Do
Excuse.
you realize that he's getting sued? But one of his like ex-wives or ex
Because
Yeah.
he's HIV positive?
Ex-wives,
Yeah. Yeah.
he didn't reveal to them.
Yeah.
He's getting sued for like a shit ton of money, I believe.
Well, I mean, good for...
I feel
Good for
sorry.
them.
Oh my god, he's
I feel sorry
so
for
many
him, but-
hookers. Holy crap!
And those hookers probably give HIV positive.
One
Oh
of
my
them
God.
one of them was HIV positive.
I actually know one of the hookers he slept with.
Like
Not
personally?
in personal life, but I know them like internet wise. Oh my gosh, that's such for
Internet-wise?
her.
She like a porn star?
Yeah.
She's not a whore if she's a porn star.
Well, she's,
I mean, obviously by
she
definition
slept
she's a
with him for
whore.
money.
She, okay.
Well, that's a prostitute.
Yeah,
That's a
it's
prostitute. She didn't
Oh,
have...
he said whore.
Yeah, you said whore. I said
Okay.
prostitute.
Yeah.
Prostitute. Okay. So, but by definition... I
Those
mean,
are fun.
Alright.
Prostitute, profit.
Profit.
Whore?
Yeah, you went to.
Did she actually sleep with him for money, or was
Yeah.
she like, oh, you're Charlie
when
Sheen,
that
let me
big,
sleep
when
with
that
you?
big scandal for like the girl who stole like all the money from him, like there was a bunch of girls that stole a bunch of money from him for sleeping with him. Like,
Yeah.
and like, she was one of the people that were revealed for that. Like, cause they scammed him out of a ton.
So
of money.
obviously you know the porn star. You have to reveal the name now.
It's like Casey, like something or another, some super white girl.
I don't know who that is. So
Yeah.
Don't watch enough porn, apparently.
apparently not.
It's kind of impossible.
Otherwise, she's probably not that attractive. Yeah. All right. Well.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm
but-
just gonna say she's not Asian.
Yeah. Oh, you're funny.
She's not Asian.
She's not Asian and she's not Hispanic. Therefore, you know, she loses. She loses.
But,
in both.
What do you guys think about esports growing more popular in the modern realm, guys? Huh?
Esports.
Yeah.
You know, all right. I think it's cool. I think it's really cool that we as a minority, the video gaming minority. We as a video
No, no,
gaming
no.
minority.
Do not offend them.
No. The serious video game.
No, yeah,
is
of course,
minority.
yeah. The
Video
serious
games
video
is not a
gamers.
minority anymore because everybody pretty much plays them, but they play them very carefully.
No, but for us, for those of us who are really, really into video games and who make this kind of our lifestyle,
Mhm.
it's really exciting, I think.
Are you saying League is a minority, like League of Legends players?
Serious League of Legends players.
Okay.
Seriously, the Legend players are a minority.
Serious League of Legends players, serious MOBA, like any MOBA.
See, but then I'm not a serious player, so I can't really speak to
No,
this.
you're
No,
casual.
you're casual.
Yeah.
But then, see, where I kind of like draw the line about this is because, or rather, I draw the line at assholes who say, yeah, I'm a serious video gamer.
Yeah.
I play Call of Duty.
Huh?
Or I play fucking, what is it, Madden?
There are tournaments for Madden.
Yeah, of
so I'll let you
course.
say that, yeah.
Still, though, like, I don't really like the guys that are like, yeah, I'm a serious gamer and all
Well,
I do is play COD.
Con is
What
one
if-
of the biggest, most played esports
Yes,
in the
What
world.
but
if they're serious
there are-
players and they're like really good at it? Does that make
That's fair. That's fair. But there are the assholes who are like the jocks and the fucking frat bros who are like, yeah, man, I'm a serious gamer. Are you though?
I don't think I've
Are
ever met
you?
a frat bro or sports jock who's ever said they're a serious gamer.
Cameron?
I've met a couple. At
Okay,
UNM.
but he was a friend in high school and he wasn't really good at sports.
That's true.
And also, I'd never really heard him say he was a serious gamer.
Yeah.
Like, he played video games, but I don't think he was like, oh yeah, fucking level 50 billion. master
50
OP
billion?
shit. I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't play
yeah.
video games.
yeah. I don't know.
But I respect it. It's really exciting. It's a really exciting thing.
I hope. I mean, it is the current field of work that I'm in, so I hope it grows. Like
Well, I mean, like,
For actual competitive gaming?
competitive gaming
Yeah.
and entertaining gaming. I mean,
Okay.
I don't like I love watching people play games, but I
Mhm.
still don't understand why people enjoy it so much.
See, that was my next question was, what is the intrigue? I mean, I like to play them.
Yeah.
I fully enjoy it, but I don't understand. I can understand, like, I need help with a certain part.
Yeah.
Like, I've looked up how to ADC fucking all the time.
Yeah.
I think
But-
part of it is just you learn different strategies from watching different
That's
people.
true.
Okay.
Like, if I was to interpret it, when you watch somebody play a game, you're watching an interactive storyteller, like,
Create a
in
dialogue.
in a different point of view.
Okay, see, and that'd be fun though for games like League or for like Madden
Yeah.
or like Call of Duty even.
Right.
But like for any game where you're watching someone like a story mode, that sounds fucking terrible.
I mean,
I mean, that's just like Amnesia, which is a scary game. But
Yeah.
then you're still not watching for the game, you're watching for people's reactions.
Right,
I mean,
yeah.
I think a lot of people watch storytelling games more so they can, I don't know, so they can see how someone else would react to something they've played before. Like, I wonder how this person.
But
would
I
react.
I
mean,
just
like-
feel like I do not care how you react though to
If you
like,
bring it,
unless I'm trying to figure out how for myself.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just don't see why I should care.
if
Like,
you
not
bring
be
it to
harsh,
like
but-
fucking like Final Fantasy games, I love Final Fantasy. I will play the shit out of Final Fantasy games, but I don't see the point in watching somebody play a Final Fantasy
Oh,
game.
I hope people see the point because I'm totally gonna play Final Fantasy.
Because I respect it, but the thing is, I don't see the point in it because I can experience it for myself
Yeah.
and make my own like strategy out of it.
yeah.
And generally, the only strategies there are utilizing like the strategies you've played through every Final Fantasy game
Yeah.
up to that point.
Well, I mean, there's always quicker like strategies, like
And, like, Skyrim and shit.
Speed running's a thing in
Yeah.
every game.
Of course,
Like,
but
every
like,
game's
why
like-
would you watch somebody play Skyrim or like any of the Elder Scrolls? Because that's like
Sounds
you're.
boring as fuck.
It is because all you're doing is watching them like run or fast travel to another place.
Yeah, but it's well, streamers don't just play the game. For the most
Right.
part, it's like kind of like a continuous podcast where
Right.
they just talk about stuff while the game is there as like an intermediate like ground between.
Right,
So I'm gonna keep your eyes on as you listen.
Yeah, it's
essentially.
basically
Okay.
yeah. You're watching somebody play, but they're talking to you and they're entertaining you.
Right.
Like in the meantime, I mean,
Okay, see if that's what entertainment people are supposed to be doing
there,
for
there's
video
yeah,
games.
yeah, no.
That I respect that,
There's
but
a
there are
big-
a lot of people that are
There's
like
still just
fucking
some-
sitting there in silence playing the game and being
Yeah.
like, "All right, guys, I'm gonna go to the
I
city,"
do a lot of like,
and then they're fucking sitting there like
yeah.
in silence, complete silence, just totally into the game, not talking until they get there, and I'm like, "All right, where's this going?" And then the person starts talking, and they're like, "All right, well, I'm gonna have to go talk to this person," and then they'll sit in silence the rest of the time.
Yeah, no. I watch a lot of streamers and stuff like that, and I don't necessarily like. I mean, people who are doing stuff like that need to be interactive, or else there's like really not a point. Unless you're like a competitive player or a speedrunner, then you have the excuse of just being quiet, I guess. Because competitive players who like are professionals don't have to have that commentary and entertainment value because they're professionals. Like,
Right.
They're trying to teach you.
Yeah.
Same thing with speedrunners, but otherwise you should be. Gross. What does it taste like?
Ass.
No, it's fucking
Like
mango
devil's
peach.
ass. Like
Devil's,
devil's
Ass Spawn 3.
You want to try it?
I like a video game name.
Devil's
Okay.
ass Spawn 3.
Devil's Ass Spawn 3.
Yeah.
I mean,
That sounds like a triple X game. That's
sounds
what
like
it
a
sounds
Spawn game because Spawn is a person who has games released for him.
What?
What?
You guys know who Spawn is?
No.
The black dude who was killed and he fights the clown. You saw the movie.
What?
What?
Spawn.
Racist?
No. He's black. I'm not being racist.
How dare you?
How dare you
It was,
label
it
him?
was, it was a comic series, Spawn.
I think I actually kind of remember it.
He was a guy who was like killed by like I don't know, he was burnt alive, and he comes back like for vengeance from hell.
Are you talking about the fucking Dark Man or whatever?
No, not Darkman. That was a game too. But
Okay.
Spawn. He wears the red cloak and he's got the green and white makeup on, and he fights that weird Bogo the clown who turns into the giant monster and he like chainsaws its head off with
Nope.
like his chains.
Nope. Nope. Don't. I've never heard of this. Ever.
I think I've seen him a little bit.
And
but I
there's a Spawn. There's a couple Spawn.
He's an
games.
anti-hero.
Yeah.
Oh no, I haven't actually seen this person.
I've
this,
seen it
character.
before, but I don't know anything about him.
Yeah.
You know, he looks a lot like Venom.
Nothing like Venom.
Look at his mask.
Oh wow, he actually had a movie.
Yeah, I'm
Looks
talking
like
about the movie.
Looks like Venom. The mask looks like Venom.
No, Venom doesn't have green eyes.
Of course not, but the mask itself, like he's got the
I
fucking
guess. Okay.
white whatever.
It kind of looks like Venom.
Looks like
Slightly.
Venom. Face looks like Venom.
I'll give you
What
that.
about him?
What about him?
What were we talking about?
I don't know.
You went on a
I don't know when he
tangent.
was talking about him.
We went on a tangent.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Okay, next topic.
You gotta keep. Oh, Zach. Lovely
Oh,
content.
that was such a great.
All right, so
ending to that.
rolling back to Apple, guys. Rolling back to Apple.
Wow, we went far from Apple.
Right.
Yeah, we're rolling back the process.
Rolling
of
all the
that
way back
shitty
to
dollar
Apple,
store.
guys. Apparently, according to Mac rumors, they are releasing they're going to be releasing rather, a 4-inch version of the new iPhone 6.
No, fucking, are we done?
So,
Like, this conversation
a tinier version. So we've got like the 5 and whatever version, and the really fucking fat like brick on your face version,
Yeah.
and now they're releasing like something just about the size of the 5S.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. What the fuck is my question?
Why?
Really though.
They can make
Yeah.
money off of it.
Well,
They can
Apple
make
is
money
a
off of it because
fucking money
they
grubbing
can't make
company.
money off of fucking 5S.
They can. They can make money off of. They can release a fucking 20 different kinds of the same.
I
phone
still
and
have a
make money.
5S, and they're gonna release a 6S or like whatever model, the same size as a 5S, and
Yes.
does the exact same things for more expensive.
Well, did the same thing with the 6. There was no
No.
difference.
The 7S is gonna be the same thing. This is what they do, Amarante.
It doesn't make
This is
sense.
what
Hey,
Apple does.
they make moderate improvements over like 2 or 3 years.
Yes.
Well,
Not
you
for
want
release,
to
but
talk about what the
after-
fuck? Let's talk about Samsung making the Edge, because that is fucking retarded.
The slider phone on the side, the edge on the.
The Edge on the side.
It's actually something.
Yeah, that's
unique.
something different.
Yeah.
It's unique, sure, but what the fuck? Like, who's ever gonna use it? And if it gets cracked on the side,
Yeah. they're-
You're
you still have a
fucked.
phone.
Yeah.
I suppose.
Okay, let's talk about that cool fucking integrated Flexi phone that I don't know who's making it.
LG Flex?
Maybe, yes.
That was a total crash and burn.
Yeah, it was bad.
It crashed and fucking burned.
Really?
yeah, it
They
was
made
bad.
2 versions, and both versions sucked.
Yeah,
Really?
it had a lot of problems.
That sounds really cool.
Processing and also just didn't work really well.
It didn't work, and fuck, I guess it is based on the processing. It was just so slow, like, every time you tried to use
Yep.
it,
It crashed a
it
lot.
crashed all the time.
Because the process, they couldn't implement a decent.
They
enough
couldn't
processor.
implement a
No.
decent enough processor to make it worthwhile.
Shit.
Although, what LG did do that I like though was the G4 making a leather back for the phone. Like generally leather backing on a phone. Like it wasn't like the case. It was generally the phone was made out of leather in the back.
Well, my phone has a leather back.
Does it really?
Does it?
Oh,
my,
that's
Note, my
cool.
Note 3?
Does it, though?
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Okay, that's cool.
That's one of the
I-
things I love about this phone.
That's
so
why I
much.
like these type of phones more.
Yeah.
See, I really liked the idea of the G4. The unfortunate thing at its release for me was that it was only available in like tan and blue.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they actually moved up
For
to
which?
for the G4.
No, it wasn't a tan blue. I know there was a red.
At the original, like at the release, it was like tan and blue, like before, like
You get mad at
pre-order
the
stuff.
release.
No, of course not. But it kind of just ruined it for me because I really wanted to pre-order it, and then I was like, oh, it's only available in fucking tan and blue. What the fuck?
What? Because
Yeah.
I was looking at it too, and I saw the maroon ones and the black.
Oh, there was a maroon one and a black one.
Yeah.
That had to be after the
it
the
couldn't
initial
have been
release.
that far from.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I don't know, it could have been like a week or two behind.
What carrier did it release from?
I don't know.
Was it AT&T
I
or
was
was it
looking on the
Verizon?
LG. I was looking on the LG website.
Squirrel,
Oh,
squirrel,
okay.
squirrel.
Because I know that
Party,
certain
party, party. Rap, rap, rap.
shut up.
Thank
www.
Certain like
It
platforms.
also reminded me the game knocked out this rapper called Stitches this week.
Hmm?
The game, Triple H?
No, the game, the rapper.
Oh, okay.
The
Alright.
game.
This white rapper called Stitches who talks about cocaine and all of his music. Like one of his hit songs is "Brick in Your Face." And what's funny is I actually had a manager at a pizza store I used to work for who showed me him. He's
Huh.
like, "Yo, Dom, listen to this dude called Stitches. This motherfucker fly." I'm like, and I went and I'm like, "Mike, what the fuck are you listening to?"
Mike?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, dude. He was trying. I don't know
Wow.
what like.
He was
I
trying
think-
to be down with the homies.
I think because
Yeah.
African American.
Yeah.
He was like, "Yo, Dom's gonna like this shit," and I was like, "Dude, what the fuck is this?"
It's a white rapper.
Yeah, it's white rapper who like raps about cocaine.
Cocaine!
And he's actually kind of terrifying. Like I don't like watching his videos because they make me uncomfortable. Like,
All right, have you guys heard of fucking? Oh, what's their names? It's like a South African group. I
That
believe
is absolutely.
South
how
Africa.
dare you
No,
judge
no, no,
them?
no, all right.
How
But-
dare you?
PC
One
police!
chick- this
PC
one chick-
police!
this one chick is white, and the other, they're both white. They're both white. They're from South Africa, I believe.
How dare you?
And they have the most like fucked up videos I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, I thought you were gonna be like their cool.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're freaky.
Yeah.
I think
yeah.
you're freaky, and I like you a lot.
They talk about like one of the videos was this one. It was supposed to be like about underage sex or something.
Yeah.
And it was like he want my cookie, and apparently cookie is slang for like a girl who's under the age of like 16.
Oh Jesus!
And this guy was like 20 something. And it's really, there are some really like fucked up videos, but one of them especially was they had like Jack Black do a fucking cameo, and they had all these like people do a cameo for it. I was like, whoa.
Okay, speaking of
They're
sketchy
a
fuck.
creepy group though.
It's
like,
really
generally,
fucking
like,
weird.
People use their pictures like like the fake Facebook things.
Yeah.
Like, these are the demons that we see whenever we
Fuck,
close
like
our
phones
eyes
of
Yeah.
in the future.
Yeah.
Like generally they use pictures of like the main female.
Mm-hmm.
Like I had to look up because like one of the pictures like generally scared the shit out of me. So I was like, who is this? I need to know who's this. Or no, it's not. Like I need to know what it actually is.
Who?
Whatever the group is.
D.
called, I can't
Antwoord.
remember.
D'Antwoord?
Die Antwoord. It's Die Antwoord for like Americans, but it's Germanic. It's Die Antwoord.
Yeah,
Okay.
they are.
What do they look like? Show me.
Let me show you.
They essentially have
Fucking-
white faces with sunken in eyes and.
It's
Not,
some
like-
freaky ass shit, but
Okay.
I'll show you. Let me show you just like a clip from it. It's this dude.
Oh, they're guys? I think they're girls.
No, it's
No,
one. There's one girl and one guy, but this chick is super short.
That guy looks familiar.
I was actually
Her.
reading up on this group.
This chick,
They look familiar.
and then the dude, Ugly Boy, is one of their biggest songs. But
I feel like these guys look. I feel like I've watched one of these.
it's
videos.
like a
Oh, we
really
watched
fucked up.
it
See, look,
in
check that shit
Chicago
out. Look,
once.
look.
Did we?
That shit.
Yes.
Okay.
Creepy ass shit, like fucking ring shit.
Yeah. One of our friends has showed us a video of I Think You Freaky.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think
So-
you're freaky and
I
I like
think
you.
you-
a
Someone
lot.
showed us that video.
Okay, yeah, that sounds
Yes.
it sounds super fucking familiar.
Yeah.
But
But I was actually reading up on this group and they got in trouble. Well, they got in trouble for using the word faggot constantly.
Why?
Because it's just not a proper word that people like to hear.
Sure, of course.
Like that's
but-
why they got in trouble for it. But apparently one of the members is like gay. They went on this rant saying how they have permission to say it because he's not offended by it.
yeah,
And I was like, this group's kind of funny. Like,
So
they
that-
scare the
I mean,
shit
but
out of me,
that's
I would
like-
not fuck with them. But they're kind of funny.
That's like saying, "Oh, I've got a black friend, so I can use
yeah,
the
I know.
N-word." Like,
But like, I think
I
it's
can,
big-
can I?
what?
Can I?
Well, but you also
No.
realize they come from a different culture where it's probably more accepting of doing stuff like
Yeah.
that.
but
Or, like the
they
PC.
had like apartheid and shit. Like that
Yeah.
was some crazy ass shit. There's no way that it can be like underrated PC.
We also have to realize these are like extremist people.
That's
like,
true.
As
That's
far as they
true.
go in their music.
Yeah,
they
that's,
have
that's
extremist
also true.
views.
Yeah.
So like for them, it's like, how dare you think that we're being offensive? Fuck you. But I just thought it was funny. Thought I'd mention it.
That's fair. But yeah, that's yeah. That reminded me. You saying that like freaky video from Stitches. I was like, yeah, that's like Diane Ward. That reminded me so much because all of their videos are fucking creepy. Especially that one about the fucking underage sex thing. I was like,
Yeah.
oh my god.
They have some weird music. I don't like to go to that edge of the internet.
I mean, apparently it's based on a real story.
Oh,
Like this guy in
Wasn't
South
that
Africa
comforting?
was like 20 something. It's 20 something and dating this 14-year-old girl. And like he was super into like just banging her, and then she waited for him. Like after he got out of jail and shit. Like she actually legit waited for him to get out of jail.
See, you know what's crazy to me though is like I'm taking a history class right now,
Mhm.
and just how the age differences have become such taboo in our society.
Yeah.
Because I'm reading about King Charles I,
Uh-huh.
and his wife was 14 when they got married, and I
Damn.
think she had a kid by the time she was 15, 16.
Well, see, but that's the way it was back in like way before.
No, but
way
that's what I'm
before
saying.
us,
I
like,
just find it's weird how culture and society does
Mhm.
that.
even like 100 years ago, like the ideal age to get married and have a kid was like 16.
Well, and I guarantee you we'll probably go through many waves of this
Yeah.
throughout our
Yeah.
future. Like even now, like the age everyone thinks is 18, but if you actually look up a list, because I was showing this
Mhm.
my senior year, because I made a joke and someone's like, no, the age of consent isn't 18 anymore.
Yeah.
It's I believe either 16 or 17 in New Mexico.
In the
I
state
think
of New
it's-
Mexico,
I
age of
think it's
consent
17.
is 16
Is it
as long
16?
as the person is no more than 5 years your senior.
No, that's the 4-year rule. It's actually 4-year rule.
Four.
Yes.
4 years your
You can
senior.
be, but I think the actual like age of consent with that doesn't matter. It's 17 then.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Age
So-
of consent.
But
in the
there's,
state of
I
New
think
Mexico.
there's certain states though where the age of consent is 16 automatically.
New York.
New York.
I know for a fact New York age of consent is 16.
I feel like it's also somewhere in the South, like Mississippi, Kentucky.
I want to
somewhere.
say that as well. Yes.
I think it's one of those states as well.
There's some I would argue that the places where there are states where there are large populations of minorities are the states that are more lenient towards age of consent.
Yeah.
New York is really big because like Manhattan and all those places in New York, all the boroughs have very, very large populations of minorities. And so in a state like that, the age of consent is 16. And here we have a large amount of minorities compared to at least the majority of the United States.
Yeah.
And the age of consent is 16 with the Romeo and Juliet clause. And 17, just the standard age of consent. But there are places like California and some other states, the majority of states actually are 18. The age of consent is 18.
It's just crazy to know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wonder what the future will hold for that, because it's...
I don't know. I feel like with the way we're going, I feel like 18 is probably going to be the standard age of consent.
Well,
because
also
there are a
you
lot
have
of
to
people that are
wonder,
really,
though,
really career-oriented now. You know?
Okay, we have to realize, though, like, we're about to enter into a future where, like, people live to, like, 200, 300 years.
Yeah.
And, like, once that happens, like, how long are we going to be essentially kids for?
I
Like,
really
we're
hope...
already treated like kids, but till the time we're, like, 21.
Yeah.
Well, even then, you're 21, 22, 23, and you're
Like,
still like,
still
but
living
you're
at
only
home,
in your
finishing college.
20s, you know.
Yeah.
You don't know anything. You're just 20-something.
Whereas, like
all
our
right,
parents,
fuck you.
like,
I've got a career.
Yeah.
I've got my house. I've got all the shit that I
Well,
want.
no, but that's not true anymore. Like,
That's
not
true,
everybody is out of the house. Not
That's
everybody has
true.
started the careers. Most people are trying to dig their way out of the debt they built in
That's
college.
true. That's true.
Like, it's not the same America that our parents grew up in. Like, the same expectations for people our age has changed.
And the American dream, the idea of the American dream has definitely completely changed
Okay.
by this point.
Now we're talking about this shit. Let's talk about something that pisses me off, because you have these videos of
Alright.
like these
Let's talk about this.
super fucking obnoxious people who are like, what is it? They get upset for kids complaining about. They say that. No, wait, sorry. What
Get
is
your
it?
argument straight first.
There are these people who
Yes.
say that they got through college
Mhm.
working 2 jobs and some bullshit like that, and it's about free education.
Okay.
Free education
okay.
system.
Okay.
How like they don't believe that it's right that we should have free education, because when they were going to school they had 2 jobs and they went to some shitty community college.
All right.
My point on that is, I never understood why people say, "Well, I didn't get it, so they don't deserve it." Shouldn't you always want better for the future generation?
Yeah.
You
Don't
should.
you want to build upon infrastructure?
But this goes way back to like our culture. This is, at least I would say, way back when the American dream was still a thing, like the 50s and 60s, when people wanted like that white picket fence ideal thing, still at least wanted that white picket fence, you know, through 2 or 3 kids and husband and wife and all this stuff and a Cadillac and whatever.
BMW.
Well, now it's a BMW. But this really goes back to that, when they still wanted it, and slowly but surely the idea of the American dream and the culture that surrounded it kind of just deteriorated because of the way that our financing and things have been going. Like, things that kind of contribute to the deterioration of it are like inflation, and really the culture that we live in now is, it's all about me. And that's the way our culture has been, I would argue, for at least 20 or 30 years now. It's all about me.
I would argue for a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really all about me. It's not about my future generations. I do want the best for my kids, but I want them to go through the struggle that I went through, because they have to understand, you know, where they come from, blah, 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 all the bullshit. And it's kind of just the culture that we've kind of inherited at this point for us.
Well,
It's all about me.
We live in a
and-
capitalist society.
Well, it's not even... I would argue that it's not based on a capitalistic society. I would just argue that it's the culture that we as 20-somethings are raised in now. We've been raised in a culture like, this is me, and we have to go through our hardship, and we have to go through our struggle to make it out on the other end and appreciate it.
Okay.
So, but for me personally, I would say, fuck yeah. Free education, go for it. If you don't have to go through the struggle that I have to go through, I have to work nearly full-time, if not full-time, in order to pay for my education. But if you don't have to do that, and you can make it out through the other side, get a bachelor's, get a master's, and not have to pay back, that's the fucking dream. Like, get your education and not have to pay for it
I know.
because it's going to be to your benefit.
So let me give my opinion though on this real quick.
Mhm.
I agree with free community college. I don't agree with free universities. And let me share why. Because it's a little theory called the spiral of education.
Okay.
So basically, the way the theory works is
Mhm.
the jobs our parents had, they would have needed a high school degree. Like let's say it's at some nice little business.
Yeah.
They would just need the high school degree.
Yeah.
And they would gain experience through the job.
Yeah.
Now for us, we need a bachelor's to get the same level job
Correct.
that our parent would have back in the day.
Correct.
Yeah.
Once you make everyone gets a bachelor degree, then it becomes the one step higher. Now everyone needs a master's
everybody
degree
needs-
to get that same level, and that's all that's going to happen because, like,
Mhm.
yes, education is extremely important, but because of how our system works, people are not going to magically create jobs
Right,
because
yeah.
of that.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't like that personally. Like, I
Mm.
hate that that's what seemingly would happen,
Mm-hmm.
but that's like the truth of the matter.
Well, we're even shifting in our generation now. Currently, that's where the shift is coming in. Is a bachelor's degree is just the standard of education. So you got your high school diploma. Good for you. You're gonna be working really realistically. You're gonna be working part-time, full-time jobs that really kind of
Suck dick.
suck. Yeah, you're gonna be working in a kitchen. You're gonna be fucking flipping burgers
Or you
and
get really lucky.
fries and shit. Or you get lucky, sure.
Yeah, you know, I mean,
But-
I appreciate the opportunities I've had.
Of
this year,
course,
so.
yeah. But that's where we're shifting. Is now a bachelor's degree. Sure, you'll get a good job or a
Well,
decent job
and
to
not-
make middle class money.
See,
But
and the problem also with education is it's generally just a way for like interviewers to rid of certain applicants.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like generally, like in the 2 jobs that I've had that are actual jobs,
yeah,
like nothing I've learned from my accounting so far in my accounting degree
Mhm.
is of use. Granted, they're not
completely
accounting
applicable. Yeah,
like jobs, but I've still taken other classes in business,
Mhm.
and like so little information is relevant because you get trained on the job anyways.
yeah,
Yeah.
Like generally, all of college is it's a time for networking
Mhm.
and a time to make connections so you can
Yeah.
find your
Yeah.
next
Yeah,
step.
college is all networking, but I feel like if colleges were free anyways, if they made university free tuition, it would still be based on only the higher tier of students would
Like,
get in anyways.
above a 3.7.
No, it would be based on SAT and I don't
No,
know.
You'd
they-
have to
they
base it
couldn't-
on GPA.
Yeah.
You couldn't just
You
say.
can't just do tests because that automatically cuts out anybody.
I
who can't afford
graduated.
test prep.
I graduated
Test
with a
prep is-
shit GPA in high school, and
Well,
I got
thought-
32s on
only-
my
so
ACTs.
you can only get into UNM with an 18 or above anyways. So
Currently, it's a 20.
is it a
Oh,
20?
they raise it.
I believe
It
they
was 18
raised
when
it.
we were seniors. so-
Was it?
Yeah. So
I believe they raised
so
it.
that's
like,
already
the next year.
eliminating. That's already a thing. You
Mhm.
have to get into universities with a certain score on your ACT, that's SAT, anyways. So I'd imagine that would just raise a little.
Well, I hate SATs and ACTs. Like I said, I worked my ass off. I had a
Yeah.
4.1 GPA in high school
Yeah.
because I have a strong work ethic. I don't do well with tests though.
And then you got
because
kicked
I've-
over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I was 1 point away on my ACT
Yeah.
from earning a full ride
Yeah.
to a private college.
Mhm.
And, like because of that, like I couldn't go because
Yeah.
I mean like I
Yeah.
don't have money. I'm not gonna take out $10,000 loans when I don't know what I want to do with my life.
Right. Yeah.
Like, and that's per year
Yeah.
or per semester.
Per semester,
actually.
yeah. So you're gonna end up owing several thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Just because. Yeah. Okay.
And I mean, like I said, it's so I hate the testing. And like I said, people can buy test prep and just prepare themselves for the test.
Yeah.
And actually know what's going to be on it, not really know the material.
Mhm.
But because they know how to take a test, because
Right.
they were trained on it,
Mhm.
Yeah.
they can score well and
Right.
go on to college.
Right.
That's true.
All right. So
That's such garbage.
backtracking a little bit, I wanted to talk about the community college thing.
Mhm.
So I want to bring up an argument, just for the sake of arguments. Close to my hometown, so in Espanola,
Mhm.
we have a college, and it's called Northern New Mexico College. It was originally called Northern New Mexico Community College. It was a community college, correct? The issue is that this last year they applied for status as a university.
Okay.
And they were granted status as a university. So now the issue becomes, do you still allow free education in a place that was originally a community college if we were to allow free community college? Do you allow it at a place that was originally a community college in an area where nobody can really afford a university education? Like Espanola is very, very, I would say very, very poor. The great majority of people there resort to unfortunate situations in order to
Mm-hmm.
even make it through their life. So, in a place like that where they apply for university status and they're granted technical university status, even though it's really only the size of probably Montoya campus, CNM campus, that is like the size of Northern.
Mm-hmm.
That is the whole size. So do you allow free education for like Northern where it's technically a university, or like CNM where it's technically a community college, but it's still on a larger scale and there are more students at like CNM and Northern than there are like Taos, UNM Taos, and at UNM?
Are we saying in a world where it's required for universities to make themselves public? Or are you saying a universe where it's up to the university?
I'm talking about in our world currently.
Okay, so it's
Say that we get the free education, whatever, for community colleges, not necessarily universities.
Mm-hmm.
If in our generation we see that kind of shift, do you then allow like a school like Northern and a school like CNM
Well, I
to
think that's up to them.
override that? Okay.
Like I said, I think that's entirely up to them because it's going to be around like a business, though. They won't, I don't think, decide that.
Okay. All right. That was just my argument because Northern is now technically considered a university, which it really shouldn't be.
Yeah.
And I don't know why they applied for university status in the first place.
Look, all I'm saying, like with my community college, is like it all goes back to the style of education.
Mm.
Like it's not going to actually benefit them in the job market as much as like the hope is for.
Right.
And it's just going to make people more mad.
Right.
It's like, wow, I got my bachelor's, I still can't get a fucking job.
Yeah.
Like that's why I would say community colleges, they can actually educate themselves, and also community colleges are also trade schools per se.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So we can teach trades there.
Yeah.
So I think community colleges for free would be far more beneficial to actual society.
For technical degrees rather than like an actual, well, not really actual, but more like a higher education degree.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fair.
Well, because there's nothing wrong with the trade.
Right.
Like, we need people to be doing trade.
Oh,
We need
God.
people to be like
It sounds
electricians
so
and
bad.
shit. Oh, yeah.
I just hate. I personally hate when people like when you are a person who isn't doing like who isn't somebody who's going to school as often as others, or someone who doesn't seem to have
The drive.
the not the drive, like the I don't want to say ability, but they aren't someone
The
who's as
character?
successful scholastically.
Yeah.
Scholastically.
Scholastically, yeah.
Everyone always tells them to go into the trade business, and I absolutely hate that fact because I just don't like the trade. I don't like the
Well, no, but I'm not saying for you because you have a plan for entertainment.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah.
no,
I'm
no, no,
saying
no,
people
no.
who are working like
Yeah.
fast food jobs who don't want to be there, learn a trade.
I think
Because you're
it's-
gonna
yeah.
your education isn't as extensive as a bachelor's degree, and you can do something actually helpful.
There's
to
always going to
society.
be a need for blue collar jobs,
Yeah,
like
I think it's just
electricians
my
and
personal,
stuff
like,
like
I think
that.
it's my personal experiences with people always
Okay.
always telling me to go into the trade because I only went to college like on and off
Mhm.
kind of.
Yeah,
So like I don't know. It's
That's fair. I
it's
mean,
the negative personal experience in my past.
yeah, yeah.
that's totally anecdotal.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So.
No, but I mean, how do you feel about it, you yourself, since you brought the topic up? Like, how do you yourself view like free education? Like, would you support free university or only free community college, trade school, stuff like that?
I mean, I definitely support free education. I mean, community definitely.
I don't think our society is ready for the university.
I feel like I don't know. University, if education was free, that would mean that they'd still have to give universities more money, anyways, because university has higher, education standards than community.
That would have to come out of the state, though. That doesn't
Yeah,
come out of
so,
the federal
I mean-
government.
Well, I think also if you had free community colleges, you totally would improve the GPA like campus wide of like
Right.
a university,
Yeah.
because you would get people just like, well, screw this, I'm not gonna pay to go here.
Yeah.
Like I'm not learning shit anyways.
Yeah. Very true.
It would damage the ability for higher education institutions to deliver quality education, but it would also, I feel like it would.
No, I think
You would have to set
it'd make
stipulations.
it easier because then it could be more focused on the student
Of course, but
versus just tunneling in and funneling out students.
it could.
Again, that's not what they want to do because
Right.
it's a business.
In the argument, though, it could damage the ability for the universities in order to do that because it relies then on state money, and it relies on the drive of students. So you'd have to set stipulations in place that say, all right, if you get the free education at a university level, let's say, then you have to meet certain criteria, like you have to do for scholarship.
But that's there anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So-
they would have to lower the criteria though, because I think a lot of the issues is that people can't like meet the criteria.
You
currently.
can't lower the criteria if you're going to offer free education at a
you
higher
have to
institution.
Higher the criteria.
You'd have to
You couldn't
at
lower
least
it.
keep it at the same or raise it in order to allow for the people who are very
Technically, education is free nowadays for anybody who meets criteria, anyways.
scholarship. Sure,
But, like, what about people who are like coming out of like no like high school, like who or currently had a shitty high school GPA? How are they gonna get free education?
they could. I mean,
Free community college.
free community college one, but if you go to a higher institution like a university like UNM,
Well,
Yeah.
then you'd have to at least prove at least your first 2 semesters like you have to for the lottery currently. You use your first semester or your second semester in order to prove that you can meet the criteria
Well, not only that,
in order to take it.
CNM offers associate's degree in which you transfer your credits to UNM so you can finish your bachelor's
Yeah.
degree.
Right.
So that's how it would work. As long as you're doing well at CNM and you can prove yourself a successful student there, then you move up for the free education at UNM.
Yeah, there's no issues with it. I mean, and some guy they've broken down the cost of it per person in the U.S. and something
Isn't it
like
like 4 cents per person?
no. I mean, over the course of the year, I think it's like $30 or something.
Okay, well even then, $30 per person per year.
Versus thousands of dollars per person per year.
Yeah, I mean, if you looking at it, it is $30 that someone could use for gas or something like that
Right.
over a year. But I mean, it's so
It's
minimal.
$30
$30
over a year. That's like fucking $1 or $2 per fucking month.
Yeah.
It's really not that much.
Yeah, I know it's not. People make a big deal about it, and I don't know like why.
But
I can understand why. Cause
The fact is that it would have to come out of taxes, and that's the issue that people raise. is,
yeah,
why do I have to pay taxes for people that are not going to be as driven as I am in the university?
Yeah.
Oh, you're driven? You with your 3.0 GPA and fucking failing classes? Thank you for that.
a lot
I
of
don't
it-
know
a
if I
lot
want
of-
to get in the human agency argument
Yeah,
because that's gonna really piss me off.
yeah. I mean, we can switch off the topic soon. It's just I mean, a lot of the complaints come from the older generation. I feel like
Yeah,
it's not the younger
well, yeah, but it also comes from those who refuse to pay
It's from
taxes.
like these 40 and 30, like not even 30s. It's like these 40, 50, 60-year-olds that had lived in a completely different like
Culture and lifetime.
culture and
yeah.
society than we do
Yeah.
nowadays.
Well, because it's even funny now because like our schooling is really not about learning things. It's learning strategies on how to get things done.
Yeah.
Because with the amount, like, you also have to realize our credit requirements and our credits per semester
Yeah.
has risen up. Like, back in the day, it was 12.
Yeah.
Now it's 18 is expected so you can graduate on time.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
not, you're going to be in school 5-6 years.
And
It
you're
just-
required
it
to
just
take
changed,
minimum
didn't it?
15 credit hours.
You're required to take 15 minimum.
Yeah,
So
in order to
it
keep a
takes-
scholarship.
Yes, but it takes 18, though, to graduate on time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
that's
in
like,
4 years.
With that, like, on top of that, having one, if not two, part-time jobs, like, you're expected to get a lot done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not always about, can you learn this? Can you memorize fact?
yeah.
Mhm.
No, can you find strategies on how to get things done efficiently so you still have, like, that you can actually pass and still manage your time well?
Yeah.
Holy shit, we've been talking about this for
This
fucking
this
forever.
conversation has been going on for at least 30 minutes or 20 minutes about this specific topic, but
Did we just break a fourth wall?
maybe
No,
just a little
there's
bit.
not a fourth wall. We're not like in a TV show. The whole,
no.
the whole podcast is breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah.
I don't know, I was just thinking of Deadpool for one second. I was like, did we just break the fourth wall of our
Speaking
podcast?
of awesome movies with Ryan Reynolds in it,
No.
that's gonna be such a good movie.
Dude,
I'm looking forward to it.
I love
However,
Ryan Reynolds.
I do too.
Yeah,
I
You seen
feel
The
like
Proposal?
yeah.
It's so funny a movie.
I want to make the argument that there are way too many like superhero.
Movies. There's a million
Movies.
superheroes.
There are way too many
There's a lot
already.
of superheroes.
There are,
They're
but
cool
I
right
don't
now.
think every single superhero deserves to get its
Every
own
single
movie.
no.
Okay.
Social justice warriors.
Ant-Man-
Every single superhero.
Ant-Man was not a good. It was
No,
not.
Ant-Man
it did
probably
not-
should not have been. I didn't
Yes.
see it.
Is it bad?
It was horrible.
No, I don't know. But it's Paul Rudd.
Paul
Rudd's
Rudd had to
pretty
be
cool.
funny, though.
It was funny, but it was just horrible.
I don't know. I have to see.
It was not. It was.
Dr.
All
Hank
right.
Pym could not be.
It
that
was
bad.
good. It was good for entertainment content. However, it did not deserve its own movie.
I don't know, but
It did
that's
not
fair. He's
deserve
an
its own
Avenger.
movie.
All the Avengers need their own movies in order to
No,
flesh out their
They
storylines.
don't all need their own movie.
Oh yeah, that was they making the Civil War scene?
Yeah, the next Captain America is actually the beginning. Is Civil War.
Okay.
Yeah.
Captain America, sure. I'll give him that. Hulk, sure. Yeah.
Sure, Captain America's the most deserving
Yeah.
of
Fucking-
the movie.
He's
Iron
fucking
Man.
Captain America.
Iron Man, yes.
Iron Man, yeah.
But fucking who was the other one? Black Widow or whatever?
Black
Fucking
Panther.
Black Widow.
No.
Black Widow doesn't
Black
deserve that
Panther?
movie.
No. The
Black Widow, the girl.
I
the
think that's
girl.
making
Scarlett
Black Panther.
Johansson. Yeah, they are. Which is gonna be
Scarlett
cool.
Johansson.
Black Panther owns his own fucking country. He deserves his own movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, you were so self-assured
Wow.
in that.
Yeah.
All right, that's fair. I just feel like there's way too many. We've already got
Are you
X-Men.
against Deadpool?
We've got Batman. We've got Superman.
Yeah,
We've got fucking.
Okay, so we'll talk about the superheroes, whatever. I mean, even the Deadpool is he's completely
funny as
different.
Shit.
He's a character who's one of his abilities, not abilities. One of his things is he knows like what happens on the fourth wall.
Okay, all
He
right.
can read, like he knows everything.
You have made a fair argument. You make a fair argument. I accept that. However, I still feel like there are way too many superheroes.
Which ones besides Ant-Man are you so offended by?
X-Men.
Watchmen.
X-Men.
Watchmen did not deserve its own movie.
Are you serious?
That's not even like along the same lines as all the other superhero movies.
Watchmen is one of it was fucking fantastic.
All right,
Yeah.
it was a fantastic movie, but I don't think it deserved its own movie because the great majority of the content in the movie was not based on like the fucking story itself. It was just on backstory and people fucking.
Dude, we gotta see What's Your Face nude like fucking 4 times.
Exactly.
I was happy.
Exactly. It was just people fucking like half the movie.
Yes, but it was such a dark side of superheroes that it's not even like along the same lines.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Like all the other superhero movies are meant for like little kids to be taken to with their parents.
It's like Sin City. City.
Batman was so like the Dark Knight series was so not fucking.
Batman's dark, but still people still take their kids to that.
Yeah,
that's fair.
true.
That's fair.
Although
true.
like the fucking scarecrow scenes are fucking scary to me.
Yeah, that was
Like-
pretty. That
Like
was,
the
yeah.
dark shit. Like I'm like
Scarecrow's cool.
But X-Men. I love X-Men. I'm not talking bad about X-Men.
Talk bad about X-Men 3, please.
What I do disagree with
Terrible.
is fucking X-Men 3 and all the remakes they've made of X-Men and fucking Days of Future Past.
I like these.
I
liked-
like the new ones.
I
The
liked
first
Days.
stuff that
I liked Days of Future Past for its entertainment content. However, they conveniently brushed aside the fact that in X-Men 3, fucking
No, they acknowledged that they were
Professor
erasing that
Xavier just totally fucking like came back and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm back." Like
past. The directors acknowledged that they were breaking the future because it's its own sub-series.
It's DC,
It's a
man.
different-
It's Marvel, man. Marvel.
Yeah, it's a different universe.
I don't like all the remakes they've made. It just makes me cringe. Just a
Well,
little
it's
bit.
2-1, so you lost his argument.
That's fair.
All right.
Also, Batman versus Superman. I'm excited for it, but I don't like Ben
No,
Affleck.
well, I don't know what to think about that movie.
I'll judge it when I see it.
Yeah.
The trailer looks cool,
Supposedly
but Ben Affleck does not look like a good Batman. In the trailer, he's just.
Supposedly they're trying to set up. There's this theory out there. I think we've talked about this before on one of the podcasts, but where they believe that Robin died in the Batman versus Superman storyline, and that's who is the Joker in Suicide Squad. Is
Dead Robin?
No, not dead. He got tortured and got turned into Joker's dead, and Robin turned into Joker. Sorry, just like it happened in fucking Batman Beyond. Anyways, it would be like
What?
Jason Todd or Tim Drake or Dick Grayson. One of those 3 would be Robin.
Dick Grayson?
Yeah.
Like the actual character Dick Grayson?
Yeah, one of those 3 would be Robin. I don't know where
okay.
the Batman in that is in the timeline. So
Yeah, I don't like that they're
Suicide
making so
Squad
many.
looks interesting.
Suicide Squad looks interesting.
It's not Will Smith. Motherfuckers.
Yeah, I guess it was Deadshot.
That's gonna be bad.
Have y'all seen Gotham yet?
No, TV
No?
show. No, I don't like TV shows.
Fucking Gotham is the shit. The
I
only
have a lot
issue
of
is
problems
that
with TV shows.
they killed off the Joker.
Good. Joker dies in everything, man. Like, are you surprised?
But he dies like when Bruce Wayne is a kid.
Oh, okay,
Gotham
okay.
it follows not Bruce Wayne, it follows James Gordon.
Have you seen that cool sub storyline in Batman where instead of Batman's parents dying or Bruce Wayne's parents dying, Bruce Wayne dies, and in the future his dad becomes Batman and his mom becomes the Joker?
Yeah.
What?
It's
Yeah.
a theory. It's a fan theory.
What?
That's a fan
It's like
theory,
it's a
isn't
fan. No, it's a universe.
It's a fanfic?
It's like a
Oh.
comic.
it? Okay, I've heard about that.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's weird, but it's interesting.
It's a fanfic, actually. You're right. It's a fanfic.
Yeah,
It's
because
a fanfic.
I've seen that online.
Yeah.
I haven't heard of it. That's weird.
Pretty cool.
It's
Yeah.
really awesome.
This is really crazy. All right. So we plowed through the time that we have. So we're gonna move on.
Story time.
It's story
Story
time,
time.
guys.
Who starts? Who ends?
You started last time. I was supposed to end, but we plowed through that, so fuck that. So now it's Dom starting and you ending.
Okay.
Okay, so what are you gonna end with?
I'm gonna end with oh Jesus Christ.
All right.
Okay, and I will be starting us off. Water poured into the blue teapot.
We're going this way now?
Yes.
All right.
Oh, it's weird.
All right. So
Said the blue teapot.
Water poured into the blue teapot, said the blue teapot.
Well, I thought we were already starting, and then he said, "Ooh." So then
Just
Oh.
go!
All right, all
Water
right.
poured into the blue teapot.
From outer space.
Because it was coming out of Galactus' rear end.
Who is the enemy of Cog the Destroyer?
Little did he know, said Krog the Destroyer.
Your mom's a whore.
He gracefully laughed in the background. Ha!
Because gracefully in his mind is extremely dramatic and insane.
So Grog the Destroyer went to his dance class where he met Galactus, his lover.
Galactus was like, "Yo, motherfucker, are we gonna dance better or what?"
And Grog the Destroyer said, "Fuck you, your mom's a whore."
Which Galactus found very attractive because he likes being verbally assaulted. This is a really weird scenario because Galactus is like the size of a planet and Krog is the size of a human. A little taller than an average human, but still.
But it wasn't the size of a human where it counted.
So Galactus was very attracted to this minuscule being.
With the penis apparently the size of like possibly like a tenth of a planet or something like that. I don't know what giant ambiguous death gods are attracted to, but yeah.
But let me tell you about the headaches he got whenever he got a boner.
They were raging, just like his boner.
And his personality.
So Galactus took him home.
And they proceeded to make love, which initiated through foreplay because for Galactus, foreplay is the most important part.
Holy shit.
Said
Cog wasn't sure if Galactus was male or female.
But foreplay was still the most important part for this person.
Holy shit.
He repeated again and again, unknowingly why.
Because he never really understood the idea of foreplay, even though they said it was the most important part.
Holy shit!
And once their shit exploded.
And when he exploded with his orgasm of an intergalactic, interstellar medium.
He saw Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Wow.
So really was Galactus a male or female?
He's ambiguous.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
We just wrote a central novel. Central
space
yeah.
erotica.
Yeah.
Welcome to FYC.
Oh my gosh, that
Providing
was
you the best in Central Space erotica.
yeah.
Because
Ding ding.
launch entertainment.
This episode of FYC brought to you by fucking what was it?
Central Space erotica.
Central Space Erotica.
Yes. I mean, I had to bring the argument in. So, okay, so there's backstory to bringing the argument of foreplay in.
What?
Okay, listen. One of my buddies
Ooh.
finally got some for the first time in his life. Ever.
Congrats.
And, yeah, congrats.
Go Corvo.
He lost his virginity to a virgin herself, who, without having had prior knowledge of anything about sex, said that foreplay was the most important part to her.
These looked up shit.
Yeah. And so...
she's watched Prom before.
Prom?
Prawn. Yeah. No. Definitely not. This girl's very, very, sheltered, we'll say. I don't think she's ever watched porn before. But
That's creepy. Is that?
anyway, I wanted to bring the argument in to see what you guys thought, because honestly, that doesn't make sense to me. For a virgin to say that foreplay is the most important part to her, and then
Oh.
fucking like still be a virgin, it doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense. Queek, listen to me. I need you to listen to my argument. So I'm gonna pause for a second. No, I'm not gonna
No,
pause.
you're
Fuck
not
it.
gonna pause.
Alright,
I'm
so
not just
Queek.
talking about sex like 90% of the time.
Yes, like 90% of the time. Anyway, this girl. My buddy just lost his virginity to this girl who's also virgin. And she argued, yes, clap, everybody clap.
Congrats, Corvo.
Thank you.
And she told him that foreplay is the most important part to her. Although she is a virgin herself.
Okay.
That doesn't make sense to me.
Why?
Yeah,
She's
it
allowed to
doesn't
think
make sense.
foreplays.
Yeah, if you've watched, any amount of
adult content.
Prawn. I said prawn.
I like his better adult
Yeah.
content. Plus
So
any adult content.
if you watch adult content, you know it's a
Oh,
lot of
tweak-
a lot of
tweaks
people
it.
fucking hey.
Tweaks here.
Yeah,
But
that's
it's also
neat.
at our age, like even if you don't do stuff, you still know.
Yeah, because like
No, of course.
not
All right,
just-
all right, all right.
You're
All right.
not just like
people still talk to each
that's
other,
a
man.
penis.
No. Okay, all right, all right. Here's,
Like
I'm
we're
not-
not
I'm
in
not
that age
arguing.
anymore. We're at our age. That's a thing.
I'm not arguing against the fact that foreplay is important because, of course, foreplay is
You're
important.
saying
But
that somebody who's a virgin should not be able to.
somebody who is a virgin.
You know anything about sex? But you're a virgin.
No.
What?
No.
That's what you're saying.
No.
That's exactly what you're saying.
Okay. What I'm saying is that somebody who's a virgin should not argue that foreplay is the most important part of sex for her if she herself has never had sex before.
So
Okay, maybe she's just
Are you
stating
trying to
that.
defend your friend and saying that, like, was it very unsatisfying because, like, she complained about foreplay afterwards? What's going on here? Yes?
You know? Maybe. I'm not going to call him out by name because that would be really fucked up.
No.
It's a really fucked up situation in the first place.
Yeah.
But
I don't. I mean.
Are you trying to ask us like, do you think she's not a virgin?
No.
no. What I'm
What
trying
he's
to
trying to say is that a girl who has no experience, it's weird for them to call out foreplay when they've never had a sexual experience before.
Sure, it's a little weird, but who the fuck cares?
I'm
They
just
know,
I'm
they,
just
they
pointing it
know what
out.
they like too.
I'm just pointing it out because
Yeah.
to me it doesn't make sense.
Girls are sensual. I don't
Peach
know.
mango, dude.
Girls know what massages
Yeah.
are, so I don't know.
Massages.
It's a sensual foreplay is like a more sensual massage with kisses and
Well, you know,
spinnies and pokies.
Biddies?
Yeah.
What the
Maybe-
fuck
maybe
is
they had a-
biddies?
No, I said like a spitty. I don't know.
maybe
Biddies.
this person has had a lot of time around dildos and stuff. It's
No,
just like
no,
I
no,
don't
no.
like when it goes
No,
in
you
dry. Like
missed
you have
the
to
point
lube
where
it up.
you
or
missed
Oh,
the
something.
God.
Oh Jesus! You missed the point where he said.
Oh
This is a
god,
sheltered
Treek, what the
person.
fuck kind of statement was
This
that?
girl is she's lived a very sheltered
Yeah,
life
sure.
and she's very, very religious. And
They're the
therefore
crazy ones, man.
I know, but for her to say that she's a virgin and then say that it's most important for her, the most important part of sex for her
Well,
is foreplay.
Why are we even
Okay,
filming
maybe
another
that's something your
podcast?
parents
We're
told
covering
her.
everything in this one.
What?
Why are we even filming another podcast? Everything we're talking about in this one is grounds for the next one.
I
Yes.
just, okay, even if she's never had sex before, it's not like she's like, has she never had a boyfriend at all before?
Alright. So, technically,
Big old titties.
she's not supposed to be allowed to have a boyfriend,
Okay.
but
I'm mad if they
she's
do
had
that.
boyfriends before.
Okay, so then she might have generally just done foreplay with
No,
her
no,
previous
no,
boyfriends.
no,
and
no, no.
not
She,
all right.
at the time in her life when she did have a boyfriend, or one boyfriend before, she was extremely devout. Like,
Oh.
to an extreme.
Okay, that doesn't mean she didn't do anything. I've known plenty of
Okay.
devout Christians who, because they dated a
Devout.
great guy, weren't as devout as they
quote
wanted to
unquote.
be. Doesn't mean that they're gonna be a whore for fucking
I've known.
everybody.
I've known.
Whoa!
Christians-
Whoa! Talk
Yeah.
about taking things to extremes.
I've known.
What
Christians that have had boyfriends and then become more devout.
Ah, I see what you did there.
I actually.
It's
Okay, fine.
It's someone
A
we
little
all
bit.
know.
We all know.
I won't say whore.
Jesus.
She will be a little bit. Won't be willing with
Promiscuous.
Yes, promiscuous with everybody else.
She'll clap when she walks. If you get your mic.
Oh my
Oh
god.
Wow.
god.
Shit.
Echo when you bump into her, like.
Hello, hello.
Okay. Jesus Christ.
This argument has
Wow,
degenerated
yeah,
into
just,
just.
Yeah.
This is just
But-
4 fucking 20-year-olds.
but don't-
being dumbasses.
To me, I just thought it was weird because she's never experienced sex in any capacity, and for her to say that it's important to her, it's
Maybe
the most
she's
important part.
fantasizing
Yeah.
about sex
Okay,
before.
all right, that's fair.
or
I just don't think it's that
maybe
weird,
She's
like-
had a lot of time around dildos and knows she
She
doesn't like
has
it.
not had any time around dildos.
Hey, I don't know this person.
We
Maybe in my mind, I'm conjuring up someone who's had
Sheltered.
a lot of time.
Sheltered tweak.
They can get their hands on cucumbers and shit.
Oh my.
Oh my
Wow.
god! We just entered a whole other realm on the podcast.
Holy shit.
Veggie
Holy
tales?
shit! Holy shit!
Jesus Christ.
Oh
This
no!
story's
That's
actually.
probably what she'd be screaming too.
Oh.
No. That's where the actual story ends. This whole thing has been just a.
It's all just been a continuation of the story.
All right, so I mean, okay, I lose the argument. It's not weird. It's not weird.
No, it's not.
No.
Yes.
Weird for you.
I'm opening the argument back up.
No,
This is
there's no more
shocking.
argument. It's not weird to me because I know that foreplay is a very important part. But for a virgin to say, anyway, we're not gonna get back into that. We're not gonna get back into the
We
argument.
opened it.
We're gonna
He
move
tried
on.
to, but it's just.
We're gonna move on.
You're not
We're
gonna
move
win.
on. We're gonna move on. Next, do we have anything we want to talk about for real story time, or we want to plow through to PE?
Why do you keep saying plow today?
Because
Wow! remember
I've said it
a former
twice.
classmate of ours?
said it twice. This is the second time.
I feel like you said it more.
No.
A former classmate of ours. We had a teacher what plowing meant. It's fucking awesome.
Okay.
What?
We had a teacher she didn't know what getting plowed was. So one of our friends was like, yeah, we're gonna plow through you. And he's like, oh, I get it. And I know you know who I'm talking about too.
Yes, I do.
It was a fun
Wow.
time.
Story time.
Story time. Like serious story
What?
time? Do we have anything we want to talk about?
No PE.
PE. Alright. Moving along to PE. Personal experience time. This is the time where Zach always shines.
This is the time where Amarante talks about sex.
Every
Yeah.
single time.
Every
So this one time I was in a
single
girl and it wasn't
time.
very good. It was really awkward.
Every time.
Funny you should mention that, Dom, because
Is it?
this
Woo!
week's time is the most awkward experiences we've had.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, I want you to start, 'cause
I
that
want
was a
you
good
to
one.
start.
You said the good ones for last. You start with something like
I don't
me.
even-
Okay,
You
yeah,
end
go
with
go
something
for
next
it.
week.
Alright,
There's too many
so-
experiences
So,
that are
just so
awkward.
no, Corva doesn't always realize when he's. Oh no, you realize when you're awkward, you just don't care.
Well, I'm an awkward person, but I'm
Okay.
like I'm accepted.
Awkward person doesn't define it. You cock blocked a guy in a wheelchair.
Oh shit.
Okay. Alright.
Okay.
Oh,
I guess
God.
that's- I mean, is that awkward? It was
Yes,
awkward for
That
me.
is so awkward.
I know. I was
I might-
looking for somebody.
I might have to
Tell the story.
I
Tell the
might have
story.
to share. No, I don't have a
shit.
specific
Oh.
one.
No,
No,
it's
we're
not
gonna go with
Corva.
Zach.
Oh,
Zach,
okay,
you
you're
have to
gonna
tell
last.
the story. This is
Well,
got
mine's
to be
probably
the
not that good. I'm probably
How?
gonna rely on you to help me think of a more
Well,
awkward one.
I mean, is this awkward?
Everything's awkward.
So I was super drunkish at a party, and I was looking for some friend of mine that I had just met, and apparently, I don't know, people noticed, everyone else noticed, I didn't notice. A girl was sitting on a couch, and apparently she was hitting on some guy in a wheelchair. I got right in the middle of them, and I started asking him, "Hey, have you seen this person?" And I started introducing myself to them
And
as I
then
do.
Dom
when I'm drunk.
actually saved the wheelchair guy.
Oh, it was Dom. I thought it was Amarante. Amarante
Alma wasn't
even
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I stopped him from cock blocking a guy in a wheelchair. That's just a terrible thing.
That's
to do.
so fucked up.
I don't know.
And you say cock block or not fucking hitting on in quotations.
I said
That is she could. Are you suggesting that a girl can't hit on a guy in a wheelchair?
no.
No, he's just too drunk to know.
Yeah, I didn't know.
It was still so awkward.
In the meantime, at this party, I believe Evan was passed out on the fucking.
Yeah, I don't. Everyone was asleep across from me.
I
Everyone
was-
could have been getting hit on for all I know by that girl.
There
I
could be a lot
definitely-
worse things going on to me.
Wow.
And I would have had no idea I was on another planet. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Wait. There's one more awkward story that I want you to tell, Zach.
Who?
It was the awkward story about y'all getting trashed one day in Socorro and hearing your buddy who lost his virginity, I think. This chick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was.
yeah,
It
it
was.
was-
It
it
was.
was
It
in
was.
Socorro.
Oh
It
no,
wasn't in
that was.
Socorro. It was here.
Was it here?
Oh, is this the?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No, not
5-second S.
Oh! Tell it. You gotta tell the story because it's fucking awkward.
Always been awkward for me. This isn't my story.
You wore a chick's
Okay,
t-shirt.
but I wasn't. I enjoyed
You
it.
could have ridden a
Not in like a, I enjoyed it. I had fun that night. Okay,
You
so
could have ridden the tricycle, but you were too
I
smashed.
got
Wait,
super.
Whoa.
Wait, backtrack. No, not that one. Different one.
A different one.
It's about like hearing people fucking in the room and then.
No.
I wasn't even there.
That
No?
wasn't
There.
virginity.
Oh, wasn't?
No.
Oh, that hurts. That hurts my heart. Okay, tell your story. Never mind.
I got super drunk. I guess like fucking that had to have been, oh my god, like 2 years ago,
No, that was like 3 years ago.
3 years ago.
With Sam? No way. It wasn't.
Yeah,
years
it was
ago.
like 3 years ago.
That was like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh my
I was
God.
Right out of it was the summer when we graduated.
No,
summer,
no,
no,
no.
year after the
Yeah.
summer we graduated. Yeah. So no, that
Holy
was 2 years ago.
shit.
No, that's still 2.5.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Are you
Tom.
now realizing your mortality?
No,
I mean,
but time
I
goes
do
so
some.
fast.
I do some really fucking. I'd like to do cool stuff when I'm drunk, and it just happens. I ended up trading this girl my T-shirt, and I had this cool Awesome Legend of Zelda T-shirt, and she had this really breezy tank top on, and I ended up getting these fucking like they made like fake I think tape breasts for me, so that I could fill my tank top, so I could feel like a real natural woman, beautiful. And then I ended up passing out and fucked up my chance to ride the tricycle.
Who'd you
Damn.
ridden the tricycle with?
In the Zach fashion, a girl named H and a girl named T.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I heard the story. All right.
Yeah.
Wait, I don't think I know either of those people.
You have to know. I have.
Right? Well, no,
If
no,
I
no,
know
no.
their names
Yeah,
without
of course-
knowing
like,
the
of
full
course I'm not gonna
names.
say their names, but like we won't say their names. But I don't. Yeah, this story doesn't. Okay.
All right,
Oh.
Tom.
No,
No,
said,
tweak.
I don't.
Tweak.
Oh man.
Sounds like you're about to see German hikes.
Yeah, I have a lot of. I don't know. I'm an awkward person too. I'm unawarely awkward. My dad said.
Even that was awkward.
I choose this story.
Right now, this is
This is my story.
uncomfortable.
Me being awkward. No. You guys might have to think of one more awkward because there's probably a lot of awkward moments that I just can't think of right now. One that comes to mind pretty easily was just after I got back from Germany, and I was hanging out with Dom and one of our mutual friends, and we went over to her house, and we were sitting
This is
there,
pretty awkward.
and we were talking and everything, and I was sad because I had to come back and of the situation why I had to go back, and then she's like, "What are we to you? Just like chopped livered?" And I was like, "Yeah, like I don't know you that well. We're not really that good of friends." She's like, "Get out!" And I was
And
like,
she was being serious.
"Yeah."
Oh shit!
Like she was pissed off. She's like, "Wow, you're being like." 'Cause
You're
she
being a
said,
fucking
"What are we
asshole."
not friends?" She was like, "No, not
Okay,
really."
so
Like we're not really friends because we didn't really know. Like,
yeah, you have to
We
explain
didn't
this.
mean it in a rude way. He meant they were acquaintances.
yeah,
Oh my
but
God.
but
in
acquaintances.
America, but in America, you don't say we're not friends, even acquaintances.
Yeah.
Because even your acquaintances, you still say they're your friends.
Yeah,
even
it's,
if they're
so and then I just ended up like sitting in a corner until we left, and it was just really awkward. And then immediately I was just like, I felt really bad. I felt so bad about that, and I ended up texting her a couple of days later. I was like, I'm sorry for that. Like that was really inappropriate of me and everything, and all this. And she's like, Yeah, dude, I totally forgot about that until just now. And I was like, Wow.
Wow.
So now, essentially, every time I see her, we hang out at all. She brings that up. We're at another story about this kind of thing. We're at Oasis. We're at Turin, and we're leaving. We're going to our cars, and we both like parked like really close to each other. We're like, "Whoa, we're car buddies," and I was like, "Well, no." She's like, What does that mean? We're not friends?" And I was like, No.
She was joking about that one. Though.
That's not what I meant to know.
I have one more awkward for tweak. 13 inches, and you got mad about it.
Yeah.
All right, you have to tell this story. All right.
So I was.
Freshman.
Yeah, I don't know if I was a freshman. Yeah,
you were,
I guess I was
you were a freshman in high school.
And I was on the football team at my high school, and oh man,
It's not 13 inches.
yeah. So a friend of mine, just like I don't know, because I was kind of an awkward kid. I was like an awkward part of the football team that everyone loved, apparently. And it was like, we're like, "Oh shit, Twig has a 13-inch dick," and I was like, "Oh, okay, I don't know about that." And then I was just like, "I don't have 13 inches." 'Cause, well,
No,
first of
he
all,
almost fought someone.
first
Okay,
of all, like
alright,
13 inches
whole
just,
story.
just like hanging down there would just be like.
You have to tell
so
the
much
whole
weight.
13-inch story now.
Oh, so all 13 inches.
Every inch.
Every inch.
So it was just really awkward, and then like Anna Schlonged and all this, and like they just all.
Called you the Thor.
No, that came senior year.
Oh,
It resurged several times, but there was like so that came out, and I was just like, oh, it's average, all this, and everything.
It's average.
Oh, just like everyone else.
Okay, in my entire life, I've stressed like I don't want to be different. I just want to be one of the group. It's the same that I'm average. Just like it works, you know. And so like somehow our coach heard something about it, and he's like, "What's this? They're talking about 13 inches." And I was like, "Yeah, they think that I have a 13-inch dick." And they're like, "Well, why don't you go with it?" I was like, "'Cause it's not." You know, just think about 13 inches just soft. That must be like
Okay.
15, 16 inches hard, and that would literally like make
No,
you
I think
lightheaded
they meant
and
hard
pass out.
take.
Yeah.
They meant hard. No one ever implies who. Okay, who says?
You got a 13-inch plastic dick.
Yeah, who's like you got a 13-inch flaccid
And
penis?
It's just even more impressive then.
No one meant 13
So,
inches
but
flaccid.
continuing with this,
Oh.
then in like sophomore year, they kind of popped up again. And there's this girl at our high school whose first name starts with an R. She heard this, and then she started talking to me out of the blue. So I think she wanted a little ride on Thor's hammer. If you can't remember.
Oh,
God.
And it appeared again senior year. I don't know why or how this kept appearing. And so I ended up getting
Oh my gosh.
all these nicknames. I call myself Thor, because the 13-inch, like the
Oh,
hammer,
man.
Thor's hammer, gotta wield that shit. It's fucking only I can wield that shit.
Stubs.
I don't remember that. I just remember Thor and Hammer. Those
Yeah.
are two of them.
Wasn't there some stupid story about you getting it bitten off or some shit like that?
Nope.
What?
Oh.
Oh yeah.
What?
Been off such normal size now.
I forgot about that.
Oh.
That didn't happen, ladies who are listening. I still have an aggressively average penis.
Aggressively average.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
Yay.
I ain't ashamed, dude. I'm white. It ain't gonna be that big.
Oh my god.
Oh, aggressively.
I want a
average.
t-shirt that says aggressively average.
So this is gonna be
Dude,
like
the first
our
launch
people,
t-shirt.
our people
Yeah,
like
okay.
grapes t-shirt.
Yeah.
It's aggressively average.
Oh, that hurts. Oh.
And I'm sure there's more awkward stories. I just don't remember. You know, I'm
No.
sure there are.
What
That,
the
Oh.
fuck, man?
you know,
Oh, why don't you
and
just go with it? Because it's not.
It's not 13.
All right, you other people.
All right, Dom.
Okay.
Oh,
So for what?
if you haven't told the story, well, it's not really awkward.
He's already talked about it.
Drunk
Is
text
it drunk
girl?
text girl?
Yeah.
We already. That's second
How
podcast.
far do I get into that story though?
Like way
Not-
far.
not all the
Not all the
what,
way.
what did I share up to?
Just the tip.
What?
What? You got up to that she didn't text you back.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll continue that. I'll share two.
Okay, cool.
So the first one, there's this girl that I kind of avoid on campus, like by nature. And so me and Tweak were going to lunch, and I see her standing at one of the doors. I'm like, okay, I don't want to walk that way. Tweak starts walking. Hey, let's go, and just starts walking. I'm like, Tweak, I don't want to go that way, and Tweak just keeps walking. Fucking ignores me. So I'm like, well, fuck. So now I have to start walking that way. I kind of just have my head down. I still have my headphones in.
Mhm.
And I was just walking, and then she happens to, of course, finish her order as I'm fucking walking past. So she pays for her food and walks in front of me and looks at me. Hi. And I
Oh,
didn't know
God.
what to do, so we ended up hugging each other.
Oh
And
my
then just
god.
walk off.
Oh.
Like, I don't know who initiated or anything. Like, generally, she said hi, and we were both standing right next to each other. We hugged, and then I just walked off. I was like, what the fuck just happened?
That was the most awkward
Oh.
thing I've ever heard.
Oh, Dom.
It was.
You just walk up, hug her, and then walk away.
I didn't hug her. I'm pretty sure I did not hug her. Like, generally, she said hi. I'm pretty sure we both just kind of. Was trying to still walk out, and I think she took that as me trying to like hug her, and then we hugged, and I was like, "Okay, I have to go," and then just walked off.
Oh, Dom. Oh, that hurts.
Why? I didn't want to talk to this chick.
That's absolutely
that's
amazing.
Awesome.
Uh,
All right, and you
And
said you had
then-
one more?
I'll share the ending of Drunk Text Girl.
Okay. Okay.
Oh my
drunk
god, that
text
wasn't
girl.
Drunk Text Girl?
No,
Oh.
That was A,
no.
right?
Was it K? No, A.
No, I know
No.
who that was.
If it was K, I would not have just walked off. I would have stood there and just waited for like more than a hug and just
Yeah.
like
Ah.
after she walked past, I would have just stayed there and
All
watched
right.
certain
all
things
all right.
bounce.
Okay.
You know what I
I
mean?
didn't know
Yeah.
that person went to UNM.
Yeah, K goes
Oh,
to
okay.
UNM.
It's not K.
A
Damn
goes-
it.
Oh, A. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Do you know
That-
that person?
That
Yes.
was A, because
Yeah.
she's new at UNM to say.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah. So, but for Drunk Text Girl, so
The continuation.
I think I told a quarter of this.
You told me.
Did I tell you?
Yeah.
You didn't tell the loyal listeners.
Oh well.
Fuck him.
All
But
right.
so we've probably seen each other like twice in the last like 2 months, and so the first of the two times we were just talking, just having a conversation,
Uh-huh.
like not flirting at all, just talking.
Uh-huh.
And then out of nowhere, she just says, she looks at me, okay, bye, and walks off.
That's yeah.
It was really awkward, and I was like,
Oh.
okay. Like, generally, I didn't know what I did. I was like,
This is drunk text girl.
Yeah, but what made it more awkward, I think, was at the time that me and D were out there.
what?
After lunch, we were just like sitting.
Oh, no, that's not the same time.
Okay. That was,
No.
yeah.
But so, generally, like, and after that, she did not talk to me for a while.
Lovely.
And then about 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later,
Uh-huh.
me, Tweak, and another one of our friends are walking around campus, and she comes up super excited. Dom, how are you? How come you haven't talked to me? You see me on campus. I know you see me. Why don't you ever text me? And I'm just sitting there the entire time, I'm like, confused. 'Cause I'm like, this chick didn't like me 2 weeks ago, didn't like me before then, and now she's flirting with me.
Right.
So I was just like standing there, extremely uncomfortable and confused, just like okay. And one of our friends sat there and watched us talk.
Yeah.
Like generally,
I
Tweet
sat
just
down,
left.
me and him sat down, and I was just like on my phone for a second, and I was like, alright, I'm gonna wait for him to like be done with this conversation, we're gonna go into class. And then I was like, well, he's not done, I'm just gonna go into class. And so our other friend just sits there, just because he's kind of an awkward guy.
But he just watched me and this girl talk.
That's creepy.
Yeah.
That's
That was
really
really
awkward.
That's
That's really awkward.
Yeah.
kind of funny.
The time for Amarante's sex story.
All right, no, it's actually not a sex
Sometimes I got
story.
stuck in a
That's a
girl.
lie. You
I'm gonna
changed
go to the
it.
hospital.
You changed it.
One time I got my hands super glued to
Penis captivist.
So this one time, I got stuck
At
inside a
band camp?
girl.
Penis captivist.
Yes, no.
Captivist. We have
That's
a
what?
movie.
No,
no,
that one time
No,
at
that's the
band
medical
camp?
term. If that
Yeah,
actually
but we have a
happens.
movie coming out.
Get your
Remember?
dick stuck in
Oh,
the
do we?
elbow?
Yeah.
No,
Oh, cool.
no,
Have
no.
you seen that movie?
Yes, I have.
Okay, good.
Yes,
Congratulations.
I am one of the best band geeks. Yes, I have seen that movie.
One of the
Okay.
best band geeks.
It's American Pie.
Yeah, it's American Pie Band
Band
Camp.
Camp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
All right.
pretty good.
So Alma's turn. I don't know if I have any more than this. Well, I'm sure I do. I just have to think about it. But this first one was just really awkward to me. So I had just I was beginning of my sophomore year in college. Okay. And my ex, one of my exes, who had within the last few months of our relationship cheated on me several times. Come to find out about this, the first time she just told me. She said, "Well, I kind of cheated on you." That was
I kind of cheated on
that was when I
Kinda
found
cheat on
out. That's
someone.
when I found out for sure that she had cheated on me.
It was the thing.
But in several weeks prior to that, she'd also been cheating on me. I didn't find out until I had talked to her friends, who told me. But anyway, so sophomore year,
It started off really sad. I'm around to
beginning of sophomore year,
sad.
beginning of sophomore year, I'm walking through Dane Smith Hall. And I'm just minding my own damn business. And as I'm walking, I happen to hear somebody calling my name. And I'm like, I recognize that voice. I really don't want to hear that voice. I'm just going to keep walking. Well, sure enough, this ex of mine runs up to me, literally like running, like full on sprint, grabs onto me and hugs me. And I'm like, oh, what the fuck? And I
I'm gonna interject real quick.
Yeah.
When you said running, I just pictured like Attack on Titan.
Is it one of
That's what it felt like.
that's really what it felt like. But she like
Uchiga,
full
Uchiga.
full on sprint, like grabs onto me and hugs me. She's like, "Oh my god, I haven't seen you in forever. Why don't you talk to me anymore?"
Oh, let's see.
And I was like, what? She's like, we're friends, right? I'm like, well,
No.
you cheated on me and I found out, all these other things, and no, we're not friends. She goes, but, I thought we were past all of this. I'm like, sure, I forgive you, and I told you I forgive you, but it doesn't mean that we're friends. It also doesn't mean that you didn't fucking betray me like that. She goes, well, that's really fucked up.
Huh.
And she walks away for a minute, and I'm waiting for my buddy so we can go into class. Well, her new boyfriend
Oh god.
decides to walk up to me and essentially tries to like kind of assert his dominance over me in some way. And he's this motherfucking like fat white kid, or bigger white kid rather. And he comes up to me, he's like, you really hurt her feelings. I was like, all right, what are you gonna do about it? Like, I'm not afraid of you. And he goes, you should really go apologize to her. And he kind of starts like fretting a little bit. And I'm like, all right, dude, back off. Here's the deal. Go back to your new girlfriend. Ask her why you don't want to fuck with me, and come back to me. And he goes, why? I said, just do it. Just go ask your girlfriend why you don't want to fuck with me. So he goes back, and they talk for like good 30 seconds, minute. Comes back to me. He says, I'm sorry. And then walks away.
What?
Yeah. So come to find out from one of my friends who had went to church with her at the time, that she had told him exactly why he shouldn't fuck with me. It's because I'm a black belt and I'm a martial arts instructor.
Yeah.
And he thought he was gonna be all cool and tough and be like, don't fuck with my girl. Like, this kid obviously doesn't know how to fight, for one.
Yeah.
And he is obviously not fit enough to even take me on.
Yeah.
And that was just the funniest thing in the world to me, because he comes back to me as, I'm sorry, and walks away. That was the
that's
last.
something awkward you've done though.
Oh.
No.
doesn't really count.
No. So it was awkward to me that first initial bit, and her boyfriend coming up to me and like being a dick to
The
me.
Amarante's story was just him bloating his own ego. He's like,
No,
yeah,
no.
badass.
All right.
Pretty cool.
This is so
awkward. Awkward people around me. I
Like,
don't
my
know anything
awkwardness is
awkward.
power.
All right. You want to hear an awkward story?
Yep.
Yes.
I'll give you an awkward
This
story.
one time at band camp.
So
This every time.
last semester,
Oh.
guys.
Ooh, saucy.
Last semester, there
Saucy.
was this, fairly unattractive girl who was an exchange.
Is she aggressively average?
She was aggressively under average.
Yay!
Who was an exchange student from China, and we had been talking through the Chinese group, the Chinese language and culture group, and she was friends with one of my friends, who I talk to on a daily basis. Well, myself, this girl, and another guy decided that we were gonna go get boba. So we all went to get boba. Well, the one guy that was with us goes, so I kind of have to leave, and just kind of jets. And so it's just me and this girl. And we had never really talked outside of the club. Like, it was just like super normal, like getting to know people kind of Chinese, like conversational Chinese.
Yeah.
Well, come to find out that she doesn't really know American slang, has no real grasp on relationships, doesn't really get modern flirting, and also doesn't understand the idea of chivalry.
Okay.
So
I have
we're
nothing to talk about.
I was trying to flirt with her, and I
Of course.
thought, of course, that she was
What else
flirting
wrong with
back a
you?
little bit. So I was like, all right. So we walked back to campus, and she's like, well, I'm going to walk back to my dorm, and I'll walk you to your dorm. So I walk her to the dorm, and I'm trying to be nice, and I'm trying to be polite. And she goes, well, this is my dorm. And I said, well, I'll walk you to the door. And she freaked the fuck out. And she goes, no, you don't need to come inside with me. And I'm like, no, I'm just going to walk you to the door. She's like, no, you really don't have to come into the hall with me. I'm like, no, I'm not walking you to the hall. I'm just walking you to the door. She's like, no, really, it's okay. You don't have to walk with me anymore. And I was like, oh, okay, all right. And my Chinese wasn't the greatest at that point. So I couldn't explain myself in Chinese to her.
Yeah.
So I tried explaining myself in English, and I was like, no. So here in America, there's this idea that you walk somebody you care about to the door, and you make sure that they're safe and stuff.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, no, it's okay. This is campus. I'm safe. And I was like, oh, all right. And she goes, okay, bye. And that was end of the conversation, and she didn't talk to me at all for the rest of the semester. Well, she starts dating my friend. And it was the most awkward thing, because they started dating the day after this had happened.
Oh.
The day after this had happened. I didn't know
That was
any
a
of
bad
this.
time for you to make moves.
I know. I didn't know any of this was going on until I found out from my friend the day after.
Did he
He's
ever
like,
mention something about this?
no.
She probably never said.
Yeah.
Nope. And so I was like, oh, well, fuck. Good for you. Good for you. But that
Good for you.
the whole situation was just so
That is
fucking
actually
awkward.
This
It
just,
was so
I feel
awkward.
like this just proves the point that Amarante thinks with his penis.
No! This one was not Alma thinking was his penis.
Yes, it is.
This was Alma trying to be a chivalrous person, being like, hey, I'm going to walk you to the door, make sure you're
And then
safe.
get it in.
No,
Yeah.
No,
I'm
There's
still thinking
no,
with
no,
the
no,
penis.
no. I was
There's
not
something
even
with the
thinking
penis.
about getting it in at that
It's
point. I was
true.
just trying to be a nice person. I was just
He
being
wasn't
like, all right.
thinking about getting it until he was at the door. The fence was all the way to the door, but once he was at the door, then it was.
Then it was all, you know.
It was all.
Yeah, you know. Yeah. No. It really wasn't me trying to, like, even get it in. I was just trying to be nice and, like, trying to get her to open up to me a little bit, but no. Nope, not at all. I'm a really awkward
wanted
person.
You wanted to get it to open up to you, I'm sure.
Yeah. No, yeah, it was just really awkward. That whole situation was just awkward.
Good time.
Yeah. So welcome to my awkward stories. I'm actually a really awkward person.
It's awkward stories.
I am
kind of about sex.
super I'm super
Yeah,
awkward.
it is. I don't think we're ever going to end a podcast without Amarante talking about sex. In some
False.
portion.
False. I didn't talk about sex, I think in the 5th podcast?
That's a lie.
I feel like you just threw out a number.
He's like, 2!
In 83% of podcasts, I don't talk about sex.
Well, the majority of our content,
That's including the things that I
suggests-
cut out.
83% of the time I do talk about sex, and 27% of the time I do not. Yes.
No.
This was not about sex at all. This whole situation was just me trying to flirt with her.
Okay, but if you flirt successfully and you got it in, then we'll turn into a story about how you got it in.
Yeah.
It was really awkward because I was at Boba Tea, but then I totally got it in.
I awkwardly stuck it in.
See, the only reason it isn't awkward is because you didn't get it in. Because if not, this would be a story.
This would
about
be a
how you got it in.
triumphant. I mounted her.
This is fair.
Story.
And I mounted her gloriously.
See, but that proves
I
that it's
climbed
really
the
not
Great
about
Wall of China.
that everything you still think though is about sex.
False.
No.
Think with your penis.
Okay, that's true.
All of your PEs have been about
I
sex
feel like,
or your
I
lack of not
think
getting
every
sex.
single one of our stories was about possibly getting it in, except for Tweaks. Did you talk about getting it in?
Nope.
We talked about what
What did you talk about?
I
What-
talked
how
about
he
my
essentially
never.
doesn't realize that he could get it in. You ever looked at his penis? What? No.
Oh, yeah.
I would.
Yeah.
Back to, I didn't want any rumors flying around about me, even if it was a positive like that.
I want to be normal.
I'm aggressively
I didn't-
average.
Like I just didn't want to stand out. I just kind of wanted to chill. But I mean,
Are you going to call this podcast aggressively average now?
It is. It's, the
Okay.
whole podcast is
this is
aggressively
the
average.
aggressively average podcast.
Politics and being aggressively average.
Hey,
It's gonna be the title for this one.
I can't lie.
Oh, lordy.
You missed our whole conversation on politics.
Good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go.
I would have gotten
Yeah, good.
angry.
Dude, it was
Yeah,
like fucking
yeah.
30 minutes of circle.
Yep.
But it was funny.
We argued in circles.
Why
It
was
was
Jake
really what it
talking?
was.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
Oh.
over.
End
Yeah.
the podcast.
So thanks for listening. It's been a real fun time. Sorry, it's been about 2 weeks. Last week it was Thanksgiving and Alma got really fucked up. I was like sick, deathly sick.
Oh, I thought you were.
No. Well, I did get fucked up, but turns out that I got so fucked up that my immune system was just not okay.
And that's why this episode is extra long.
Yes,
To make up for that.
makes up for last
Look
week.
at that plug in the PR.
There you go.
Talking
And
about
the week
business
before
today.
that, if y'all didn't notice, we were at KanjiCon. Guys. We were live streaming the shit out of KanjiCon
The
for Extra
shit.
Life.
Literally, like,
Yeah,
apprentices,
generally
the
just
shit.
just the shit.
just the
I'm
shit.
pretty sure it was just shit.
Yeah, just shit.
We live streamed just
It
shit.
wasn't on our traditional channel, though.
I played.
No, it was
golf.
on. It was on stream.
It was on Launch's
Twitch.
channel. It was on Launch's channel.
It was
yeah.
on Twitch. It was on Twitch. But
Oops.
we were all we here at Launch were happy to see y'all who came to KanjiCon. Definitely excited for those of you who participated on our live stream.
Yes.
For those of you who donated, thank you for donating. We really needed it. And for those of you,
We didn't need it. It was for charity, damn it.
well, yeah, it was for the charity. For those of you who signed the post or the banner, thank you very much. And for you, very special person, you know who you are, who signed Korean cuss words on our banner. Fuck you. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll see you next week.
That's not harsh.
Bye.